So
Am I live
turned
now?
it back off. I don't know.
Good question.
I don't know, dude.
I'm trying
Live.
to refresh to see. Yes, you are live.
Yes, you
Aha.
are.
We are live. Welcome. Oh, look, you got first. Second.
How? Oh, there we go. Yep, that's the thing.
Oh, there's a bit of a delay.
Just a smidge.
Yep. I muted their stream.
I did
Or at
too.
least YouTube.
By the way, Killian, I found out something stinking awesome.
What's that?
What's up?
We are double attack brothers.
Oh my god.
Double attack brothers?
Yeah, I get on melee
extra
attack. I get those extra attacks on every
He
attack.
learned about
Yeah.
extra attack today.
Nice.
He's very proud.
Nice.
Lovely.
They also have extra attack.
Oh.
That's right, because you're a ranger.
Oh.
I don't get any of that cool stuff.
I didn't get that yet.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Oh.
I do get it, I think, eventually, but
Don't worry. I'll get something for
Oh,
you.
the DM's gonna have to recalculate. He's buffering.
you know what? TPK.
You know what, Snooki? It's all you, buddy.
Do it.
First session back in months. You're dead.
you know, we're doing a hard
First
reset.
session back in months, and I'm already being accused of not knowing things at the DMG. No, I was fully aware that when I got you to 5th level, you'd have you'd have extra attack.
I didn't say you would know that. I said I
also
didn't
have
know
extra
that.
Attack.
Yeah, you're implying I need to rethink some things.
You
I can
said
assure
that.
You, I did not say that.
Okay, we're gaslighting the DM. This is good for us. Really good stuff.
I can say
Great
with
start.
full confidence that you are at the exact level that I need you to be at this very moment.
I just want to say I have missed this group. I really have. Love your faces.
I will let you know at the end of the session where I stand on this.
Wait,
I love it.
I'm not at full health.
All right.
Caleb, what's my health at?
Whatever it's at right now. Because we're just in
It
combat.
would be. No, we were not just in combat.
Nope.
And that's a perfect segue into what would be the very beginning of most of our sessions. It's been a minute, but normally I ask a question. This week's is actually going to be a little bit different because of the fact that it's been so long. This is for anyone who wants to can offer their version of what happened in the last session and not mess up like Fragan just did. You will get your inspiration.
I think I still have
Okay.
inspiration.
I'm
right?
just gonna go with the last part that I remember. That's going to lead into what we're gonna start. And that is that Killian went into, we were in the tent and he was talking to Cassandra about his life before, and she saw some things that she didn't necessarily share with us or anyone else. It freaked her out so bad that she started crying and she kicked us the hell out, and it was a really, really, really long part. Like, it took a real-time hour, I think, of the last part of our session for that.
That is the last thing that happened. That is also why you are not at full health at the current moment. So that is all well and good.
It's because she
Yes, but
got
I don't know
attacked and
how it
almost
should be.
she did die and almost died. Oh my, yeah.
I stuck her with a needle.
Like Malik.
Yeah.
Dice were rolled, and it was a lucky happenstance that you had leveled just
Yes.
that night. Yes.
Yes.
So,
I forgot that part.
if you would like to give yourself inspiration, OEF, you may do so.
You know what?
Uh,
I will hand that off to Cassandra. I will
Fair
give that inspiration to Cassandra.
So that is one reroll. The way I'm doing inspiration is a reroll on any d20 roll. You roll something, you roll poorly. Say you're using inspiration, roll again. It does work on advantage, but you don't get to roll with advantage. You just get a third die, and you still pick the highest. So, with
So-
that,
I had my health set at 26. But if I almost died, am I lower than that?
You are not lower than that. The your health is lowered. It's not lowered by a lot. It would have been worse with a fail, but it's fine. You didn't fail, and we're here and we're celebrating the successes. So I'm going to do a very quick overview of the other stuff that happened last session. We're going to jump straight into it. The broader scale of what's been going on. You have been in conversation with a group of pixies and sprites after a assassination attempt made by the Quicklings with the aid of some Darklings as well. As a result, you went after these two groups, chasing Cinder Emberhand, the person that they had been working with as a individual within the city, as a means of shoving people away from the forest and causing enough of a disturbance in the attempt to get rid of the more powerful pixies and sprites so that they could take over the forest proper. So, with that, we're going to jump into the very last thing that happened. We're actually going to flash back a little bit. As probably a good... Hold on, let me see.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
I just told him in chat.
Oh, okay.
You're going to tell him all the video went away?
Nope, it's back. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was trying to help. Sorry.
So, years and years ago, we cut to a much younger version of Cassandra. Would you care to describe, Lady Brittany, for me, what a 8-year-old version of Cassandra looks like?
Oh. Uh,
6, 8.
You're going to have to cause Palea to concentrate.
no, I closed Alien. I don't know. So I think she'd probably just be a smaller version of herself. She'd probably be more comfortable in her fairy form instead of her like larger form. So she probably would be more of the tiny version of herself than normal, but for the most part her like clothing would just be a little bit more I don't know, modest because she's younger, right? But it would still be the same like styling because it's still done by the 3 sisters. Do I have my cat?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I think that she would just be honestly just a smaller version of herself. Like, and she would prefer being in her fairy form than in her normal human size version that would be a child. Yeah.
This smaller version of Cassandra we currently find walking through a small collection of trees alongside a couple of other figures walking with her. Probably at this point, bamfing out your wings using your smaller form. But as you've won to do, every so often you would be brought out to a place where it was a little bit more safe to test and learn bits of magic in the arcane. As you are led to this safe space, it is a spot that you're familiar with. The 3 sisters have helped you on multiple occasions to come here and learn the early parts of spellcraft. This is where you cast your first cantrip. This is where you've really practiced and honed the conjuring of lights and the reading of small snippets of the future. And today, you were informed that you'd be casting your very first non-cantrip, your very first leveled spell. As you get to this clearing, there's a series of fireflies lighting around in the periphery. They don't enter into this space. They sort of give a guard almost, flashing at odd intervals, but making the entire thing seem mystical, as if surrounded by fairy lights. As you enter into this clearing, a large section of this space has been already set up. You see that one of the three sisters is already kneeling there, putting out small bits of candles. With a flick of the wrist, they light with magical flame. And as you approach, you see that there are large bowls set around as all three of them take their spots in three different sections, and you are led by the hand as a small girl into the central spot with a giant bowl full of incense in front of you. As you begin to sort of kneel and take your place, you see that the first brazier lights on one end, and as it does, there's a deep, rich smell that comes from the incense that it is sort of held in that brazier. As you take that breath in, you feel a little bit of a clarity come over you. This has happened before. You've done this on multiple occasions. What is going through a young Cassandra's mind right now?
Do I know what spell I'm learning to cast?
You have no idea.
Probably excitement about what I'm gonna learn because I get to learn something new. Have I dreamed about it at all yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so then I'd probably just be mostly excited because I don't know what's gonna happen, which doesn't probably happen very often in general in my lifetime. And then probably just excitement that like, ooh, today's a new thing, right? Like today is something more powerful, which is exciting, and not in a ooh, I get to be powerful, in a like, ooh, I get to learn more excitement of like that kind of vibe. So she's probably just really, really like
as this excitement sort of washes over you, and you start to get a little I don't know if antsy's the right word, but a little excited, and have this energy of what it is that you're about to potentially learn, potentially be able to cast for the very first time. These braziers light around you, and as they do, that scent is able to sort of mellow out the excitement, draw your attention in, and as for most 8-year-olds, it is incredibly difficult to focus when it comes to things that give them too excited, but this incense is sort of there for you almost, as opposed to the smell. The first of the three sisters sort of leans forward and says, "Tonight you're about to perform the very first step, a very important moment in any young caster's life. What you're about to do is you're about to make a friend. This will be a lifelong friend, and this will be one that lasts with you for your entire time as a witch." That incense in front of you begins to sizzle at the ends. Another sister says, "When you cast this spell, focus on what it is that you want. What is it about what is it that you are searching for in a friend? What do you want when it comes to companionship? Who do you want by your side when things get hard?" And lastly, the third sister says, "And don't forget, we are here the entire time. Should you need any help, will be able to help. Okay? As they weave this beginning incantations, you, with your small little hands out in front of you, you begin to follow their steps as they begin to cast, and you recite the words as they recite them. And as you do, you see that your vision fades from this place. You do not see the sisters anymore. It's as if the incense has completely surrounded you in smoke, and all you see is the smoky out, this sort of large, vast area of smoke around you. And as you do, see small bits of light, eyes, all around you, and the silhouettes of different shapes, different forms. See owls, ravens, you see a small dog, you see a frog, you see a cat, you see all these different creatures around you, as if their spirits have been summoned here as a portion of this spell. I would like for you to roll a d20 for me, please.
First roll of the campaign starting back up.
1.
So excited.
You're
I
muted.
Not hear you.
I rolled a 17.
17.
Do I add anything to that?
No. It's just a straight roll. So as you focus, what is it that a young 8-year-old Cassandra is thinking about when she's, after hearing the words from the three sisters?
I want someone kind and trustworthy, that will protect me and play with me, and that I can have fun with, but I know will be there when it's bad. Like, doesn't matter if it's good or bad, they're always there.
As you focus on those attributes, you hold up onto your chest this small bag that has been that you were given in order to hold the offering that you were going to give as a part of the casting of the spell and the forging of what you now know to be your familiar. What is it that you've brought as an offering to attempt to lure a familiar to you?
I would probably bring different pieces from the Three Sisters shop. So probably a jewel, a piece of fabric, like the different parts that each one of them embody in my life. Probably a card of some kind that I had drawn myself, right? Like not one of my cards, but like one that I had made specifically for them. And then like wildflowers that I had found around the garden and stuff like that. Like stuff that's like an everyday constant in my life, but are still like treasured beauties in my life, if that makes sense.
You open this pouch and you pour into the bowl in front of you with the incense still burning, all of these little trinkets that you found, a quite literal treasure trove in the eyes of a child, small bits of things that you just saw that made you smile, or that you took because, oh, this will be important, I'm sure, and threw into this little pouch to bring. As you put all of it in there, you see that there are shapes that in the sight, in the edges of your sight, these silhouettes of animals. You see a few of them turn and fade away. Animals rejecting the offer that you've put forth. As one by one they turn and they disappear, there's this brief moment where you don't see any of them left. They're gone. And after having put forward this thought, this hope of what you want your familiar to be, and also these physical offerings of what you are sort of showing to this familiar as to what you are offering to them and what you are going to be, your relationship is going to be like. It almost feels like you've been rejected.
Okay.
And there's a brief moment of pause as you're confused, as if something has gone wrong, and then you feel this bump against your arm as a cat sort of presses its head onto the back of your hand, and it sort of rubs up into the underside of your arm and sort of starts to purr there. And as you go to pet, you feel it's not just the back of a cat. There are these little tufts of feathers, barely wings, if you would call them that, as the cat is probably maybe a year old. They are stubby. They still don't have a full plumage of feathers, but in a couple of years it will grow into a full tressum. And as the smoke fades and this creature is still here, it sort of pokes around in the offerings, taking bits and pieces of it as a part of this casting of the spell. You see that the sisters congratulate you for the successful casting of your first leveled spell. And you're asked, of course, there's one last step, and this is the most important. You must decide a name for your friend.
I think she'd probably know it, like, pretty easily. Like, it would just be very instant. And there wouldn't be a question. It would be Desna, like, without any doubt. Like, very clearly, like, as if, like, a bell has rung in her head type of thing.
As you introduce your familiar, having spoken the name for the first time, you feel a connection as it's almost like a cord from your heart extends out to Desna, to your cat. This strong connection now. And for the first time, you understand what it is that you've done. You've called forth dozens of spirits, and you summoned one to be here alongside you for your entire time as this arcane caster. She will be here. And so that we jump ahead away from this into the current day, where we have a very different scene. You're both in your tent after a very harrowing experience. You are currently up in the rafters of your tent, back down to your diminutive size, nestled into your familiar after a very terrifying experience with Killian. Your heart slows, you're calmed, and your familiar looks at you expectantly, confused because of these emotions, this sort of concern that you seem to have, and she's confused, not really sure what happened to cause you to become scared, but because you're scared, you see she's not happy with it either. And you hear in your head, what happened? Is everything all right?
I'd probably just word vomit as fast as possible of like, this is what I saw, and like, I'm still stressed about this whole kitchen thing over here, and just like blah, 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 as fast as possible, like super incoherent, like not full sentences, completely just babbling of like, I am not okay. This is too much all at once. Why did I decide to leave? Like, who sent me here? These people are too much, but I'm supposed to be here, and like, I am not okay.
That
right?
one's really evil.
Like, all the things.
I did not understand the majority of that, but it sounds like this is a very stressful sort of situation, and that we need to take a five. We need to take a fiver. I can put on a kettle. Do you need some tea? What type? What are we thinking?
I'm just gonna sit down.
Wait, hang on. A cat can make tea?
Is she some magic?
There are cat people in this world, okay?
Well, I get that, but this isn't a cat people. It's a cat.
It's also not a real cat.
But yes, and fiber. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm just gonna sit there. I don't know. I just want to sit.
As you sit, you see she like fully sits down, sort of wrapped a little bit around you so that the tail is like around you protectively, and is just sort of watching and says, "Don't worry, I will sit here. I'll keep an eye out, and if that the one that smells weird tries to come back in, I'll go for the eyes. You'll rest easy. You're fine." And she sort of sits there watching the door, waiting for if anyone decides to re-enter. Outside, Killian, you just had a some would call it concerning, some would call it eye-opening. I don't know how you're seeing it, but what are your thoughts after this conversation with Cassandra and whatever happened after she tried to look into this book?
I think Killian is even more lost than before. Didn't really know what to expect out of that interaction to begin with, and to come out of that hurting a new friend. Definitely way more confused than before. I think Killian would just kind of wander off, not far, just to his own little portion of wherever they're hanging out, and just kind of sit there and just try to kind of calculate things in their head. Still unsure of what any of it means at all. Eventually, I take out the book and just kind of look at it, not really knowing what to do with it at this point in time. I think even though he's emotionless in the face and just kind of like almost looks like he has a 1,000-yard stare through the book, is internally quite scared of it right now. Quite scared of opening it and what he would read inside of it.
And for everyone else, you all were in the process of packing up after a long rest, eating breakfast, drinking coffee, sitting around and, waiting for whatever reading was about to happen. And all of a sudden, Killian sort of charged out of the tent. Cassandra seemed to be sort of high intensity about something, not entirely sure what, but Killian left the tent and is now just sort of sitting, staring at this tome that he's been carrying with him this entire time, looking almost straight through it.
Didn't everybody enter the tent?
Yeah, we were all there.
I believe everyone entered the tent to, in sort of a freak out, and then you were all told to leave, yes, but...
Yeah, because Yotev has a spell slot used up for Cure Wounds. That's what
True.
got her up.
True. So instead, you all sort of charged out, not necessarily sure what happened, because all you heard was the Sandra scream, be unconscious, and then healed, but you're now all sort of out. Killian is staring at his book.
Yotev would approach Killian. What happened in there?
I think Killian takes a longer than normal pause, still even unsure how to answer that question. After about a minute of silence, just says, "That wasn't supposed to happen."
I'd like to do a religion check on the book.
Sure. Roll a religion.
I got a 16 plus 5. That's a 21.
21. So here's the big question as to how much information you'll get. Killian's holding the book. Killian, are you doing anything to try to ask Killian to see the book, or are you
Oh,
trying
yes.
to
Sorry.
shoulder?
Yeah, I thought it was sitting there. Killian, may I see your book real fast? Just want to make sure it's okay. Not cursed.
I think being asked that, Killian would immediately put it back on his strap and tuck it away.
Okay.
And I don't think that's a good idea.
Fair enough.
So here's what you do get with the 21. You don't know a lot about what you feel, but when you approached in order to ask, you were already kind of clocking the book, already kind of reaching out in an attempt to understand it in some way. And with a 21, you don't know what it's from, but there's something that you, now that you pay attention to the book, now that you kind of attempt to assess it as a potential magical item and not a mundane book, you do feel like there's some sort of connection there. Not necessarily between you and the book, but there's some sort of connection there with the book and something. And it definitely feels more than human, more than mortal, before Killian puts the book away.
Okay.
So the
I think,
21, you get a little glimpse into it, but nothing more.
I think Killian's just gonna stand up and look to both Yotev and Varnex and just say, "I'm sorry," and then just walk off somewhere, have, a little private moment, but like not too far away, as to if something attacked him, he would still be nearby the group, with his combat kind of prowess, but he would definitely imply that he just wanted to be alone for a bit.
Okay.
And in both Varnex's head and Yotev's head, what happened to our friend? Where'd he go?
He needs a little time.
Give him some
I'm-
space. He'll be all right.
I was gonna side eye Yotev to see if he jumps at Kenji talking in his head.
No,
I'm
not
off
at
the
this point.
Yeah, I'm off the shield. I'm shuffling around. So I kind of just like walk towards you guys and I can look at you, but I still don't, my mouth doesn't move when I talk to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Kenji, I have a rather important question for you.
Yeah.
Can you drink coffee? Pull out my flask of bottomless coffee, offer it to him.
I mean, it might stain the wood a little bit, but we can always try.
Here, bottoms up. It's hot.
Interesting that these are the questions you have for Kenji and nothing else.
Yotev, coffee is important. A morning like this, after the events that transpired, a good cup of coffee. And death is going to make everything better.
So I'll drink the coffee will go down the like crack that is Kenji's mouth, and like a little bit will like dribble off and like stain the wood around his mouth. But the coffee that does go in there, you'll eventually see start to like just like little like drips and like leaks down the like leg.
Okay.
Of, like the cracks of his form.
I'll take the
Is
flask
there-
back, take a swig. Just checking.
Why? What would
Does
you
not look
ask,
like you can
Yotev?
drink. How? You exist? The way you do?
I mean, how does anyone exist?
I'm gonna step in and actually change something about that.
Okay.
You don't see it drip
Oh.
down. It went somewhere, but you're not sure where.
Could I taste it?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Fraggin, for all intents and purposes, you should still be able to drink potions if you need to. So like, something's got to get ingested. So we're gonna at least say you get the.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can still drink stuff so that you can
Yeah.
still get the effects of potions.
I just
Dang,
can't taste it.
Or get any actual nourishment or anything. You know.
Yeah.
That's kind of an important thing
It's-
to be able to do.
I'm gonna. No, I'm not. Gonna.
What?
I'm trying to make sure you got, you're not limited
Oh.
here.
I'm not what?
You're not limited.
Golly,
no,
I
no.
still
What you
want
can
to.
use.
I still want to poke his belly to see if he's, sounds squishy.
What is wrong with
Because if he's still got stuffing in him,
I mean,
I'm not going to. Why do I want to?
everyone exists. How do you exist?
I was born.
Yotev was born as well.
You.
I guess in a sense.
I don't know
was
where
born.
you actually come from, but from what I've seen, I don't think you were born.
And if you were born differently than most likely the rest of us here were.
Does that
Yes.
does that matter?
It's not really a problem. Maybe.
Yeah, well, we'll
It's
see.
just concerning when the last time, when we first met, you could not move at all. I think. And you couldn't really speak. I think. And now, since Persai passed, you've been growing. And it's not average to see? Does that make sense to you?
What you're saying is it's unnatural.
That. Possibly.
I mean,
maybe?
It does.
Just the nature of
Yeah.
your being.
I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but I'm hoping we can find out together.
Well, I'll just keep killing people and you can keep taking the souls.
As long as you're not taking our souls, Yotev is fine.
I don't think I want your souls.
Just checking.
Good. And we still got the shield, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Anytime you want some coffee, let me know.
Yotev is
you-
fine. And he's opened up his own flask, which is definitely alcohol of the strongest degree. Fucking downs for like a good 3 seconds. This drink.
Actually, just jet fuel.
Yotev just become a casual alcoholic since
Becomes that's him. He is an alcoholic.
excellent riding, yeah.
Happy hour somewhere, huh?
He's been through shit.
With that, cutting back inside the tent, Cassandra, it's been a minute. You've been able to calm down somewhat. What is it that you're doing now that this has happened? You're sort of a little tense still, but
Probably at this point, now that she's not almost dying or being attacked by more wonderful things in her head, she'd probably try to take a second to re-look back and figure out exactly what it meant. And then I don't have sending yet, right? I don't think
you just got your first third level spells just now, so
I would have had to take that.
Yeah.
Change what take. Because she probably to the sisters.
I think you cut out middle of that.
I don't think that's the spell that I chose to take.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. Can I change what I chose to take and take sending instead?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna do. She'd probably send a message to the sisters and just kind of be like, I don't have access to sending.
Oh, do you not?
No, not. Huh. Never mind. Cool.
Cleric, bard, cleric, wizard.
Cool. Just kidding. I won't do that. My bad. She would probably sit back down at her table, go back to normal form, and look at the cards again because they haven't been touched, they haven't been moved. And then reach out very tentatively without Killian there to see if there's anything different to learn or if she missed something the first time. And then if there's not and nothing else different happens, she's probably gonna get up and go try to find Killian and apologize and breathe for a minute with him and figure out if he's okay, and then just kind of be like, let's go finish our conversation if you would like, and if you don't want to right now and you need a minute, that's cool. My bad. However, your book almost killed me, so sorry not sorry kind of combo. So she's probably gonna go find Killian.
You stop by the cards really quickly and you take a look, and unfortunately a large part of the casting of this has to do with channeling energy into the individual asking the question, whether that be yourself when you do just a general reading, or through the individual who's asking the searching for answers. And it is sort of a casting of a spell. So it is the cards themselves can mean a multitude of different things, even with the exact same listing of cards. It is the magic that you cast that gives you insight into what they mean. And so, unfortunately, since the casting has been broken, you don't really glean anything else. But you collect them, or at least take a very good mental image of what was drawn before shuffling them back into the deck and taking the deck out with you to go meet Killian.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk out, and I've probably got Desna on my shoulders, and I'm gonna pull my tent down because I'm probably done with it, and I know we're in the process of trying to pack up, and I'm just gonna look around for Killian, and then probably if I don't immediately see him, just reach out to figure out where he feels like he is, because now I'd probably be able to sense him in some capacity after this wonderful funness, and I'll just walk off in the direction that I can feel him being in, and find him. Not luckily, the whole thing, but.
And so luckily, Killian didn't travel off too far, so it's pretty quick that you're able to catch up to and approach.
I think you'd find Killian with his echo form out, just practicing some fighting stances with his maul.
So hi, how you doing? How's it going?
I don't know what happened in there.
So you see, your book attacked me, and it tried to kill me. It was very, very not fun. it attacked me, and I've heard a lot, so sorry. But it's not just a regular book, and it very much has its own thoughts and opinions, and it was not happy that I was trying to help you learn. So
Thank you for trying to help me. I'm sorry you were hurt.
it's okay. I didn't, actually die. So there's that. You know.
I had no intention of hurting a new friend.
I know. I'm not mad at you. I'm not in any capacity upset with you anyway. I'm also gonna need a minute, but when you're willing and want to try again, if you want to still learn, I'm okay with trying to help still. But you're gonna have to give me a minute to be a little bit stronger, because that's real scary. It's a real strong, and I'm not that strong yet. So it might be a minute before we can try again, but I'm not opposed to still trying to help you, because it's obviously something I am supposed to be trying to do. It's mine to try too early.
You'll see Killian will reach behind him for where the book is strapped and pull extra tight on the straps to really make sure it's buckled in there. And I think it's best that nobody looks at the book for some time.
Including yourself?
Maybe.
I don't want you to be scared of something that is a part of you.
I don't know how much of me is in this book. I don't know what happens next, but it is definitely upset.
I'm sorry I contributed.
That is not your fault.
Well, we can try again at some point when we're both ready, but I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm gonna let it scare me from helping. But this can stay just between us for now, if you want.
Killian will nod. Again, his face doesn't show any emotions, but you can tell that his chin is just a little bit lowered, and he's still feeling down about the whole incident.
Do you want a hug? I kind of want a hug. Do you want a hug? I need
Please, no.
a hug. I'm gonna hug him in the process of asking before he can say no. And be like, it'll be okay. We got this. And I'm just gonna hug him, say that, pat him on his shoulder, take deep breaths, be like, all right, let's go.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Killian will give one of those awkward I don't know how to hug you, but I'll kind of just pat you a little bit motions and just nod.
Sometimes you need one even when you don't want one, you know?
That's fair.
With that, Cassandra and Killian come back into the group as everyone else has their stuff packed, sort of sitting around waiting, ready to go. Not sure exactly what happened, but they're back.
Yay. Yotev will look to the two and say, "We're all set to go. Are you ready?"
No, I'm just taking inventory of the spoils from our last battle with the Darklings and Cinder.
And Killian will collect the rest of his belongings and strapped up, ready to go.
We still have this, and I pull it out of the bag of holding. Large glowing pendant here that we don't know what it is, and put it back in and hand it to Cassandra.
We also still don't know exactly where we are.
Wait, I have the glowing pendant thing now.
I just saw my notes. I'm retconning back. I have the Darkling battle loot written down,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't see it in the bag, so I just cataloged it into the bag.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
We had plane as well.
It's fine.
So somebody else add whatever you think I missed.
We're good. Okay. I was just trying
Like
to.
from last session.
Mhm.
I think that was last session.
Yeah, we fought the
Backpack.
Darklings, we got a large glowing pennant with some other stuff. Genji absorbed us and started walking. We took a short rest, found Cinder. He admitted to helping with the quick ones.
Lady Britt, you're gonna have to fix your mic because you guys are cutting out because it's clipping you off because of a noise gate or something.
There you go. Should be fine.
Okay.
Is that better?
Okay, so
Yes.
yeah, so Kenji took the souls after we fought them. We got the pendant.
Yeah.
Other than that, we found Cinder Emberhand. He admitted to helping with the Fae that we were after, and he admitted that the only Darklings he knew of were the ones that were here. At which point, Varnex killed him and Kenji consumed his soul. And we learned that we were probably a few days south of Diastock. Took a long rest. And then we did the reading.
Thank you, Michael, our wonderful
Cassandra.
bookkeeper.
Are you gonna need to rest more before we travel on?
I think I'll be okay.
Is Killian
But-
okay?
Or Killian, did you come back? I couldn't remember if you
Yes.
said you came
Yeah, I
back. Oh,
came
yeah,
back.
you
with
came back.
Cassandra,
Yeah,
and
Steph.
I picked up all my belongings, like signaling I'm ready to
Okay.
go.
All right. So I guess.
Kenji, you good?
Yep.
Sandra probably looks really tired. Like, she probably just looks exhausted, but she'll be fine.
These legs don't really work the way that they should yet. You mind if I could still catch a ride?
You're more than welcome, Kenji, anytime. For as long as you like.
Yotev is going to walk over to Killian, hop up onto his shoulder if he's good with that, like being a little like, so we good? Like, and then if he gets to go ahead, he's gonna hop up on his shoulder and say, "All right, we have a civil war to stop."
Or
Head
start.
back.
Yeah, Killian would, gesture for you to climb on his shoulder again.
Okay.
So where to?
North.
North.
That way.
That way.
Lead the way. Our ranger, lead the way.
Who is attempting to lead you guys back?
We're gonna let Ava. We're gonna let the ranger.
Sure.
Michael.
All right, Michael. I need a survival check.
Alrighty.
Kenji, you and I are gonna take the rear.
That is a 24.
Excellent. Good job, babe.
24.
Yay!
Yeah, it's a compass.
Well, I do have one of those as well.
Can we turn Kenji into a compass?
I'm
His head always
Yeah.
faces
Magnetic
north.
dial in his head.
right. I'm gonna be small and be on Desna's back while she flies around.
So, with the orb of direction and your very just sort of proficient capabilities in tracking and finding your way in almost any wilderness situation, you're able to march yourself and the others in the general direction that you know that Diastock is in. As you travel, it takes a while. In fact, you've already stopped for lunch halfway through, and then a couple of more hours pass until you start to see anything that even resembles the forest starting to thin, as if getting to the edges of the section. In fact, it's not until you spot the ties on one of these trees, a tree marked to be cut down, that you start to feel like you have any sort of level of confirmation that you're going in the right way, for most of you at least. Aiden, you bring everyone else back to the edges of Diastock. Activate that. As you make your way back to the outskirts of the city.
Before we left, would we have had a chance to identify the object, or was that? I don't remember. You all can
Does
identify, or if
someone
it's
have-
limited.
Someone
don't.
other means to do that?
I thought Ryan.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot that was the thing that we were doing.
I was gonna say we did determine we were going to do that at the start of this, but it is not.
What was
It's
it
been
that
a
we were
while.
doing?
It's been a minute.
Been a while.
What do we
You can't
identify?
identify the necklace that we
say-
got.
Like
Well,
glowing
we're on
pendant
this little bit of a
of the
lull.
Kraken's-
I want to say, Mr. DM, I am thoroughly enjoying the background music. It is really good.
Glad you
It
like
made
it.
me cry, so good job. You did it.
It's really good.
Are you casting Identify, Ryan?
Yes, I am.
So you take out that amulet and you take a moment and you focus on it, and you feel it's cold to the touch. And as you focus in on it, you realize that this is an amulet that draws levels of magic from a person that has made, or rather borrows their magic, who in some way has made a level of a pact with some sort of entity in order to gain their ability to cast magic. This is a dark shard amulet.
Shard amulet.
And so you get the sense that this is a warlock specific sort of amulet, which of course makes sense as to why Cinder had it, being that that's how he got his magic.
Yotep will relay this to everyone. Is there any sense of like a deity tied to the patron through this identify, or like similarities of things that would happen with it? Or is that just like the bare bones of what I would probably get with it?
Make an Arcana check?
Cool. Let's
What's your roll?
see. Arcana. Let's see, we're gonna roll normal. That's a 24, DM.
Jesus.
You get the sense of what this is, and then you push the magic further in an attempt to see if you can identify who this connection is between. Let me look something up real quick.
As you're
So I wasn't
looking
sure if
up-
it'd be an arcana or like a religion.
And then I wasn't
I
sure.
guess tracing the magic.
I thought the pendant came from the Darkling Elder, not from Cinder.
Yes, it came off of the Darkling Elder. That was Cinder's pendant. They took it back when they
Okay.
basically put him in the tree and left him for dead.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about him being hiding or whatever in the tree. Yeah,
I remember because we really brutalized that man.
sure did.
It was really gruesome. I punched a tree.
You did punch a tree. Let's see.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun.
Well, Kenji, you know, anytime we kill anything, it's good fun. Death to all and all.
Some sacrifices will need to be made for the greater good.
Nelleral Ekis Shio. Death to all.
You focus in an attempt to see if you can understand the nature of the connection. There are a lot of different types of Fae, and thus a lot of different possible rulers that someone could have made a pact with. I'm going to say you don't get a name, but you get an idea of the type of entity that this deal was made with. Not only does it have a Fae element to the magical connection, but what you feel on the other end of the connection is that Cinder connected with something dark, something malicious. Your mind focuses and you get flashes of things. You see a dark green aura. You smell blood and viscera, and then you see a quick flash of a silhouette of a impossibly tall humanoid with an elongated head that you recognize is almost like a deer, and you see these massive antlers off of it. This like incredibly muscular silhouette that just sort of flashes in your eyes for a brief moment before fading.
Whoa. This might be some really heavy stuff. And he'll proceed to explain what he had seen to the party. Cassandra, does this seem familiar? Since you are Fae, does this seem familiar to you at all?
It'd be a history, right?
Yep.
Would I know better because that's what I've been taught? Oh my god. 15 plus 3, so 18.
18.
Yeah.
There are a lot of there are a lot of Archfey. There are a lot of Fey in general. You're not certain as to who this is, but as as Yotev is describing what he sees, what he smells, you don't know the name, but you feel in your gut this twisting feeling that you normally get when it comes to anything unseelie.
Okay. So I'll relay that. Be like, nope. I'm just gonna hand it back. Be like, I'm good.
Yotev's like, don't know what to do with this. We'll put it in bag and hold on to it. Maybe we could find someone in town that might have more information. Maybe we could find the library and see what's going in there.
Can I have a look at it?
I'm gonna be very hesitant about that and be like, I don't think that's a good idea. And I'm just gonna be very
Yotev has reservations, but here. He's gonna hand it over.
Does it? Does it? How do I want to word this? Does it seem like it's as bad as they're making it out to be?
I have
Like,
no
I would
clue.
like insight it. Can I insight the object?
Uh,
surely.
You,
It's-
if you would like to
Can
roll
I
an
intimidate?
insight on
Can I
an
yeah? Can I intimidate the object?
Go ahead and
What?
roll.
It was a 19. Plus.
He himself is an object, so he knows
On
how
what?
other objects feel.
yeah. Or
Is that
like
what you're going with?
no, I was yeah, I was gonna intimidate it with a +8 for 27. No, I'm like a religion or like does this seem like it's useful? That it can I don't know. Like it I don't want to go where they've already done the things that they've already done. I want to try and learn something new about it. Does it seem familiar?
It does not seem familiar. This is what you're holding. I'll say it's an insight check, and this is what I'll tell you. You're staring at an amulet that the sole purpose of this item is to grant additional powers to a warlock. There was a connection that was there between Cinder and whatever this patron was, and whatever residue, the leftover arcana that Yotev tapped into, it's only that. Because,
Yeah.
again, Cinder is dead. So he's no longer attuned to this. It's just a magic item at this point. Yotev was able to, with a good roll on his arcana, he was able to get a glimpse of like the essence of lingering arcana on it, but that was it. This is, as of now, just a magic item.
Thanks, Yotev. I was thinking I might be able to use it as an extra eye, but I don't think it's going to pan out.
Do you want to wear it?
No.
It complements your.
Also, Cassandra, as
Yep.
of yet, will not allow me into her head, so technically
That's
she
true.
can't hear anything I'm saying.
That's
So you
true.
can just, in the most polite way, until you let me in, fuck right off. No, I don't think I want to wear it. I was thinking I might be able to see through it or something, but
Aye. Okay.
I'll just keep an empty eye socket for right now.
Then we're going to put it in a bag and tuck it away nice and safely until we can find someone who might be better off at maybe not connecting to it. Don't want someone to connect to it. Feels bad. We'll figure something out.
I mean, Yotev, as a part of that arcana check, you know that this is no longer connected to anything. This is
Oh,
just a magic item.
Okay, yeah, true.
It had that sort of lingering arcana to it, like I mentioned, but it's just an item at this point.
Maybe we can get some
Very
money for it
scary.
so we can fuel our adventure.
That's the spirit right there. Yota's gonna really fling it around his finger and pocket it. I think I like Ken. Yotev think he like Kenji now.
You say that out loud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Glad you're coming
I'm
Because
just
around.
you heard him say that's the spirit and like fling his
Point at
finger
you.
around and
And just be like, And I'm gonna like snuggle down into Desna. and Be like,
Cassandra, you worry too much. Come, let's go. Cut to like 30 minutes
well,
ago
there's been,
when he was like, I'm gonna kill this thing with fire.
Yeah.
Would
Right.
Killian recognize this as the same energy you had when we decided to team up?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is a very like Yotev wearing his heart on his sleeve moment for him.
And with that,
He's tossed some back, but you know.
you break the tree line into Diastalk once more, finding yourself back within the city limits.
Assume we're going back to the inn? Or are we going straight to who we need to talk to?
What time of day are we at?
It is 4:30.
And how long was our trek back? A couple days?
It was only a singular day, but it took almost the entire day of marching from direct
Gotcha.
south. More or less direct south.
Someone remind me, did Gallon Greywind put us on this? Was he a part of assigning us this mission?
He was at the initial meeting at the lumberyard
Right.
as a third-party mediator
And I was-
before shit hit the fan.
And I wasn't there, right?
Correct.
Right. Because I'm going to avoid him. Or he will die.
Oh, well done.
You're so dramatic.
Very dramatic.
Is that something
Says-
known to the rest of us, or that just something that's in your head?
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, this you don't want me around this Galen guy at all. I'll kill him on sight.
Noted.
Thanks for the, what's it called? The restraint. That's the word I'm looking
So I'll go
for.
back. I'll go back to the inn.
Inji, since you and Yotev are such good friends now, you want to stay with him, or you want to go back to the hotel with me? The inn. The hotel. What the fuck?
Shh, we know.
Think he might have had his headset off for that?
What happened?
Kenji,
Yeah.
do you want to stay with Yotev and the party? I don't want to take the chance of having to even try to meet this Galen guy at all. I'll kill him on sight. You can either go back to the inn with me, or go with the party.
I think it might be useful to explore some more.
All right,
Meet you back.
Yotev, you got him?
He might need to walk on his own two legs. But
Is
that's fine.
Feel too
Does-
big for you to wear on your back?
He's about the same height as me. So I'd rather not carry around something that's about as large as I am.
Could I just pick him up from the back of his neck and just start holding him and carrying him?
Can I offer a different solution?
Got it.
I could just hook on. I can just hook on to the back of your backpack and ride around if that works with you.
Who's?
Killian.
Oh, okay.
So Killian's become the transport vehicle.
Are we going to create a harness and we're gonna sit Kenji in it like he's a baby? And
The funny thing is, Killian probably doesn't want him on his back right now because that's where his book is. So he's gonna offer putting him in his front like a little baby carrier.
Like a baby Bjorn.
he's on his back.
Yeah.
Would you ride in front?
That works with me. So my front will be, so we're basically hugging each other, but then my head will turn 180 degrees to be looking forward.
Freaky.
Oh, I was going to offer turning. That's fine.
I see that Kenji want uppies. Very good. Okay.
I'm just gonna peek from the top of Desna's head, look at this clusterfuck, and be like, nope, and go back down.
Does Killian feel anything weird from having contact with Kenji?
Ooh.
You sort of pause for a moment to see if you feel anything, and it feels like just a regular, normal doll. Like, this seems like a... Like, it doesn't feel... It doesn't feel organic, but from a magical sense, it doesn't feel like it's interacting with you in any negative way. It just seems like a toy that you're holding, and it's
Okay.
weird.
I think
But-
just from him hearing earlier about like sucking souls and stuff like that, he's just kind of like
Ugh.
cautious about any energy or life force lost. But yeah, if he feels like nothing's wrong, he's okay with it.
Well, you're undead. You got to have a soul to be able to worry about it. So
It's fine.
I don't even know if technically does a reborn have a soul. I guess we'll
Well,
figure that out as we go.
We'll find out.
When I was trying to follow the undead, you kept messing it up.
This is true. I do remember
True.
that.
That is true.
All right. So I'm gonna head to the inn
All right.
because I don't think we need murder and mayhem of a cleric or an official of the city just yet. Although I'd love to do it, it'd be fun. But you know,
Nope.
I'll save us that.
Then
All right. So, the rest of you, where are you heading to?
Good question.
Because Sandra's probably going to find a cafe because she's a wreck and just needs a minute.
Sure.
She needs to recoup. So she's going to go find a cafe.
Easily done. What about the rest of the group?
Well, we've lost now 2 people, and we have to figure out who to report our findings to.
Was
He
it
tells
Gallon that gave
Gillian-
us this task? Or are we talking
No.
about it?
So you were given this task basically as the people who have been working on it through the brigade. So more than likely, if you're gonna get paid, it's gonna be through the brigade, or at least that's where people would expect to find you.
Didn't we do this like on our own accord? Like we
You
'Cause
did,
we had
but
started the
reason why
job-
the reason why you were asked to do it or volunteered to do it in some of your cases, was because of the fact you were already on the job for
Yeah.
this earlier, and
We
that
need to
this
see
is a
it through.
continuation of that job.
yeah, because then we got paid for that
did.
part of the job already. So yeah.
Who was our point of contact for, like,
There.
the after question?
It was Terry and Darrington, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because he helped us make the thing that would get us to teleport,
Yep.
essentially, because we reverse engineer it. Yep. Cool. We're going to the Darrington Brigade.
Uh,
It did it.
as,
Good job, Ryan.
as the 4 of you make your way to the Darrington Brigade, you will find yourself inside as there is a room surrounded by, or rather filled with individuals. As you walk up, there are guards that go to stop you, and you hear a voice calls over and tells them, not quite, hold on. He presses, or he puts a hand on one of the guard's shoulders and says, these are the ones we were waiting for. They weren't let them through. Welcome. I don't think that we've met quite yet, but it's a pleasure to meet all of you. Herod, he holds out his hand. Herod Parentero, I am the captain of the guard here at the city.
Yotev with a big fucking grin on his face, brings his hand, smacks it, he says, Yotev Ironsnash, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. So I was informed that there were 6 of you. Is there a reason only 3 of you came back?
One went back to the inn, the other needs a break. She's been through it.
And the 6th?
That would be, Yotev points to the baby doll that is hanging off of Killian.
Ah,
It's more like a half.
It'll just
I see.
it'll just cock its head.
As you cock your head, there's a brief moment of like genuine like, oh shit, like flashes across his face as if like, oh, it is real, and he just sort of nods and says, ah, all right, yes, you're expected, just inside, oh, and you are led inside the Darrington Brigade. As you are led in, the sort of kitchen area that you guys had ate at before has all manner of guards, as well as a couple of notable figures. Not only is Tyrion Darrington here, of course, as well as some of the people that you expect to see, right? Lawrence is within the room, so is Doty.
Yeah, Doty.
There are a couple of other members of the brigade scattered around, but for the most part, they're not inside. Outside of that, you also see that there are, you see the, actually, you know what? Everyone here, roll a history check. See if you recognize the person.
Oh.
Okay. Nope.
18.
That's a 7.
7?
16.
16?
1 second.
16.
16. So everyone but Yotev. You
Accurate.
recognize Sidnock Truskin, who immediately should pop into the heads of that immediately pops into all of your heads is that that is the person that this entire valley is sort of named after, at least the head of the family that the Truscan Valley is named after. Sidnock is the Sindnock, I think is how you're supposed to pronounce that. I don't know. Is the head of the estate and prime arbiter of Rexentrum. He is an important figure within the political sphere. You weren't even aware he was in town. For whatever reason, he not only came home, but he is here within the brigade trying to figure out what happened this morning. You also notice that the 3 of you, not including Yotev, you recognize that there are 2 people flanking him. One of which is a shorter dwarven woman with like a bright orange hair that she's shaved all the sides off and back, and there is the tuft of hair here that is pulled back and braided all the way down to about her mid-back. And then there is a sort of extremely tall but rather thin looking Goliath. Looks to be a probably mid-30th Goliath male on sort of flanking the other side. What the 3 of you notice that Yotev does not is the fact that they have the garb of members of a high stature within the city. they seem, or within the country rather, they seem to be members of the Cerberus Assembly.
Could I have, before entering this room, but talking with the person, like when they said not yet, before we entered this room, cast Detect Thoughts?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
What would I have gotten when we met the, all three of those people? It's just surface level for right now.
Who are you? You're
The
you
main
have not
guy-
been introduced. You're just walking into the room. Who are you initially hitting?
The one that we rolled the history check for first.
Okay. So for Truskin, the initial thoughts you get are overall you get a general sense of disapproval or annoyance about the situation. And the initial thoughts you're getting are him basically complaining in his own head about having to be here, and that he is in the middle of something that he wants to get back to. That this is a distraction from his real purpose here, and that's the initial on the surface thoughts that you get.
And his Cerberus Assembly goons?
Which one?
The Goliath.
Goliath. Goliath seems to be the more, we'll say, attentive. He is. You get his surface thoughts are. Honestly, what his surface thoughts would be is he would be, you hear him counting, and almost like taking an assessment. You see he's sizing up people within the room, and you basically watch as he's assessing who in this room he would have to basically who's within proximity and who has a weapon. So you basically see that as you walk in, the surface thoughts you get from him are as he looks over at your group, he looks at Aiden, says, and you hear him in his mind, he's thinking, Genasi, longbow, scimitars, sort of taking an overall glance, guesses some sort of ranger or fighter, jumps over to Yotev, seems a little confused, like, don't see a lot of weaponry, strange items on his person, no idea what he could be, and looks over in your general direction, but is taking a look at Killamash. Says he's thinking in his head, crossbow, javelins, maul, definitely some sort of warrior, unsure of what kind. He's basically, as people enter the room, he's registering who they are and is like taking a stock of their physical ability, and that's basically, you get the sense he's a bodyguard. He's clocking everybody in the room this entire time. And the new individuals, who's here, who leaves, that sort of thing.
I've been passed over then, as just a doll.
Yeah,
Okay.
You do hear him think. Basically, as he's assessing Killian, he's going like, crossbow, javelin, maul. Ugh.
Accurate.
Doll. What's his deal? Carrying a doll. Yeah.
In a fucking baby Bjorn, even. Jesus. And then
Wish I could just pull out
the
like a bag of Cheerios and try to feed him with it. Like,
Can you imagine?
You just start bouncing him.
yeah. He
Burping
gets
him.
Yeah, he gets upset if he doesn't get
He
banned.
does have his nap.
Yeah. And then what race was the chick? What do we get
Dwarf.
from? Oh, the dwarf. What do we get from that?
Surface level, you get boredom, but you get make an Arcana check.
Ooh. It's a 13 plus 2, 15.
You get the essence of what she's doing. Or surface level thoughts, she's bored. She is cycling through like random arcane words. You're not sure what she's reciting, but in her head she is basically reciting some sort of arcane something. You catch bits and pieces that are familiar to you, like you recognize certain aspects of it, but for the most part it's like, okay, this is some sort of like she's not casting a spell. She's just like, almost to you it seems like she's just saying a bunch of complex arcane trash.
I'll message Aiden, Killian, and Yotev. We might want to be on our best behavior. The Goliath seems like a bodyguard, and the dwarf is just muttering gibberish in her head right now, so that's really weird.
It's at this point that as you get that sort of mental note that Tarian looks up and says, fantastic. So glad that you've made it back. It has been quite some time. Are you all right? You seem to be missing 2 of you.
Feels like it's been about 6 months or so, but it really, time feels weird when you're in the woods walking.
Sure. What news do you have? What happened? You see all attention shifts in your direction.
Well, if you don't mind, Yotev is gonna grab the nearest drink that's on the table, and he's gonna start drinking it, and he's gonna hop up on the table and start walking and storytelling for a second. So, during meeting, we all were there. There was big blowout, right? Big fight went down, and then we saw Cinder Emberhand disappear, right? So we come back here, we try to recreate things that we found. We found little glass ball that we smashed. We teleport right in the middle of woods. Crazy. Don't know where we are. We start wandering, and then all of a sudden, darkness and evil little dark creature things, take a sip, and burps, start spawning out of nowhere. They're trying to hit us and beat us. I hit them with acid through darkness. It was great. Wonderful time. So we go through, we finish all them off. It's great. And then we hear like a little trembling noise and sound and moving forward. And inside a tree, we find a sniveling Cinder Emberhand. Looks like he was like jumped, stripped, destroyed. Yotev may be embellishing, it has been a long time and he's had this during today. And we find, and he pulls out the amulet. It's like, pulls out this amulet, it slams it onto the table without like breaking it, but just like enough to be like, got a thing. Find this amulet, take this. And then took a look into it for a little bit. Seems it's tied to Dark Archfey. Or it was used by a warlock, which would have been Cinder Emberhand, for dark fae things. And then, personal things amongst our group happened, which is why one of them is not here currently. The other one is just, I don't know, fucking off or something. Don't really know. And, now we're here. That's the TLDR of everything.
Can I emphasize his story while he's doing that and use minor illusion to recreate some of those instances, like the monsters that he described, like recreate them in a 5-foot cube?
he as you're describing these things, Yotev, you see them sort of out of shadow coil and form the darklings and coil and form like cinder.
Just like that. Just like
yeah.
that. Mhm.
Roll insight checks, whoever would like to. I'd love to see what people notice during this.
I'm wondering if Yotev even cares. What they-
Honestly,
Probably not.
No, I don't think he does. I don't think he gives a fuck.
I would definitely be looking out for my buddy. So let me see what's going on.
It was
12.
Give a fuck.
an
I got a
18.
nat 20 for a 24.
Holy
Nice.
shit.
okay.
Oh my god.
I got a 19.
And would you do 19? Okay.
With the detect thoughts is still up.
And who are you focusing on?
Wait,
Let's
can
start.
you do detect thoughts and minor illusion at the same time?
Minor
One of them's
illusions on
on-
concentration.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's. Let's start with the. Where's his name?
This would not be a
Truskin.
start with. This is a who do you
Oh,
pick
Truskin.
during this
Truskin.
Truskin? Okay.
Yeah.
For we'll start with Kenji. For Kenji, you're focusing on Truskin. The surface level thoughts you get initially are finally this whole thing could be over so I can get back to work, followed by confusion, and that quickly makes its way to irritation of like, I don't have time for this showboatery. I just fucking tell us what happens. So the entire time you see Truskin is basically like, at first like, oh, thank God, finally I'll get an answer. And it's very quickly turned into like a disgruntled, not super enthused about the whole show aspect of this. Like, he wants a report, he wants it on his desk, he wanted it 3 hours ago. Like he's that sort of a middle manager type person. Do we want to go high or low? We'll go low. Killian, you're watching the crowd. The people here are very impressed. Like, Yotev is killing it. They're enjoying what they're seeing, especially that dude in the corner that you saw, that Truskin guy. Super digging it. Aiden, 24, natural 20. Who are you focusing on as you're paying attention? Actually, give me a primary and give me a secondary.
I think my primary would be Truskin, and my secondary would be the dwarf.
Okay. Primary, with Truskin, you get the sense he is incredibly impatient. He's irritated to the point of, like, ready to be done with your group, and is, there, you see that he's, quite literally about to step in and, was about to step in and stop Yotev until Yotev actually got to the point of what happened. He was in the middle of it. You literally saw like the short fuse that this guy's working on left, and he almost blew up during the whole like describing the meeting, because he's already read the report on that. That report came to him forever ago. He wants what happened after that. And so you literally saw him about to interject and stop when Yotev finally got to the point. For the dwarf, she is amused and excited by the fact that, oh, finally, some entertainment. You get the sense that whatever she was doing, she was in the middle of doing something incredibly mundane, at least in her opinion. Like, she's basically like doing something beneath her or little, just to keep her mind occupied. And now that Yotev is here giving a performance, she has something to focus on. With an actual 20, I'll also give you this. You don't know why, you don't know what the context is, but you read genuine concern and a little bit of anxiety, and a fair bit of anxiety coming off of Tyrion Derek. As you complete your show, Yotev, complete with visual aids, Tyrion quickly sort of jumps in and fills the empty space with, that sounds riveting and a little vague towards the end there with the personal stuff, but sort of all right. Question: What became of the Darklings? Have they been routed?
Cinder, Emberhand, and all of the Darklings that he knew of have all been defeated.
Well, he sort of gestures outwardly to the assembled masses. The traitor of the city has been taken care of. Proof before us with his amulet. We can get that verified with some of his staff to make sure that they've seen him wearing it. Proof that they've killed who they say they killed. And beyond that, I believe that we've solved our little problem. At least as far as the Darklings are concerned. I don't know what our next step would be, if not to just allow everyone to take a step back, move on. I do believe you and I have a meeting later this week. Prime Arbiter, you and I will have a conversation on this, and I will be sure to give you all of the details, I promise. And you see that as a hangover of your nat 20, and as you're reading his thoughts, Kenji, you basically read the thoughts of him seeing this as an excuse to get out of having to pretend to care about what happened here, and to go deal with his own shit. And Aiden, you pick that up too, that he's very much kind of like, whatever. If you say this is done, then this is done, and that means I get to leave. So he says, very well. We'll have that meeting, move that up to tomorrow. I want this over and done with. Sort of looks over to the two Cerberus Assembly members next to him and says, now, we need to be on our way. We have important business to get to. Do keep in mind what I've asked you, and should you hear anything, let me know. He turns and he leaves with the two members of the Cerberus Assembly.
While my thoughts are on him when he says he has important business to go to, does anything surface?
Mostly what you're reading is his, like, if you're talking surface level, his surface level thoughts are, let's wrap this up and let me get back. Like he's not thinking, yes, the thing that I'm working on is called the blah 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 blah. Right? He's thinking, good, let me wrap this up, let me go home. Let me wrap this up.
Do I want to dive deeper?
Do you?
What's the worst that could happen, really?
You get
I
thoughts of impending death.
He's already died once.
True. Yeah, let's dive deeper.
Okay. That's a wisdom saving throw?
16. Don't fuck me, Snooky.
Let me start in control.
Wow.
You should do it to him.
Right?
It's our week back. Do it to him.
At least make it pleasurable, right?
Oh my god. No, thank you.
Oh, it's a question mark roll.
What's your DC?
Uh-oh.
16.
You press deeper, or attempt to press deeper. And as you do, you feel the normal resistance that you feel when attempting to dive into someone's unconscious mind. And as you do, you feel that attention is snapped, and all of a sudden, he sort of perks up as if he notices something happen, and there's a scan around the room as he just sort of takes in a note of the people that were there, and he looks over at the Goliath next to him. Interestingly, because of Detect Thoughts, you're going to hear their little mental conversation that happens in this moment.
I like that. That's cute.
You hear a mental link between the two of them as he asks, "You've got record of everyone who came into this room, correct?" A response is received. He says, "Good." And then they leave.
Mommy, sucker.
Two people not accounted for in this room.
And technically not even me. So
Yeah.
With that, as they leave, you see some of the guard begin to walk out with them. Others stick around and are talking with Lawrence. And Tyrion fully sinks into his seat for a second, entirely drained of all of the energy. Takes a moment to himself and then bounces right back. Goes, "All right, it's great to see you all alive and okay. I assume the other two are, in fact, alive. That wasn't like a cover. What were they?"
No, it's fine. They're good. They're good.
do we get money for this, or
Right.
in Tyrion's head?
I suppose I can skip to that part. There is a reward I've been authorized to give, on behalf of the city. Your sort of looks around. Who would be? Do you have a treasure? Is that a thing that adventurers do?
That would be Yotev.
He takes out a bag of coins and hands it to you, Yotev.
I would trust
okay.
Aiden better.
Right? Literally anyone but
But the
Yoda.
drunk.
What do you mean?
Let him cook.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
I gotta go get a drink. Hang on.
Yeah, let Yoda cook.
Ryan, if you would like, the alcoholic can go ahead and add 600 gold
Cool. Excellent.
to you, wherever you put that.
Yep.
From there, he says, now there are some important matters that need to be discussed. Actually, with a number of you, I sort of need, he pauses for a moment and says, actually, it'd be best if, do the three of you, and he points at, Aiden, Killian, and, at your chest, Killian, at, Kenji. Would the three of you mind, giving myself and Yotev a moment? If you could, it might be a little important if you go find Cassandra. I have something for her as well. If you could.
That's
Oh.
fine with me.
Okay.
Excellent. Yotev, I think it might be good if we, spoke in private.
All right. Sounds good. You heard them, boys. Let the geniuses speak. All right.
So, we're gonna go to a break here soon, because it's been 2 hours.
Yes.
Actually, we're gonna go ahead and take that break now. Either 9:05 or 9:10. What do you think? 5 or 10 or 15 minutes?
I'd rather do 10.
Okay,
I'd
I
rather
can do
our break be
9:05.
short.
9:05.
Yep.
No.
10-minute break. Mute us, love.
See you soon.
Oh crap! I didn't know you were live.
There it is.
So,
All right, we are live again.
Yo.
Hi, chat.
so we're back on yours too. Okay. Ryan,
Yes.
not to come back and then immediately dip, but I'm gonna need you to meet me in the whisper room real quick.
Oh,
Oh,
lovely.
just slide into my DMs.
You want me to? You need me to drag you? You got it.
Oh, that took the music away too.
It did. That messes up a couple things.
Yeah, chat. Sorry about the cam changes. It'll be fixed when they return from the whisper room.
Oh, look, I was the DM for a half a second.
You know what would have been smarter? We all just deafen for a second because he can undeafen us,
True.
and then it doesn't mess up your cams.
It's
My
all
cams
good.
are fine. I've just
It's
taken
all
everyone
good.
away.
Take everybody away.
Which one of us do you think they're going to kill?
He's probably gonna hire him to be a drink tester or something.
Probably figuring out what he's going to use our 600 gold on.
That is such a bad idea.
Don't
It's a
let your
terrible
raging-
plan.
See, I was going to vote for Michael to be the bag of holding holder, and since he is our
1000%.
note taker, distributor of funds.
The Goblin of Holding?
1,000%. Michael's out of all of us the most responsible.
But Yoteb makes the bag of holding.
What?
Yeah, these are the important things. Both chats. These are the important decisions. Have
It's
we
okay.
come up with a name yet or not?
We have not
Nope.
yet. and
We're
we'll
pretty
happen
early
when
to
it
have a
happens.
name.
We're only on session 8, Dad. It took us like what 40 before we had. the Breakfast
No,
Club?
we had Breakfast Club pretty quick.
It was pretty late.
Was it?
It took us a while.
I can probably. No, I wasn't noting what session it was, but
Oh.
Yeah, we'd gone like a few cities before we had landed on a name.
Mm-hmm. We're not gonna stress about it. It's not happen what happened.
No stress here.
Mom's playing Palia.
How
Everybody's
was
playing
Japan?
Palia.
What, Dad?
I was asking Fragan how Japan was.
It's good. I got to see and do so much stuff. The guy that I traveled with was like super amenable to like just like on a whim be like, yeah, let's go take a 2.5 hour bullet train to Kyoto and like speed run doing Kyoto and Nara, like the Deer City. So we did that
Yeah.
all in like one day. So we did the Fushimi Inari Shrine in the morning, and then we went to the bamboo forest and apparently missed the monkeys there.
Oh,
And then we went to Asento to like relax after like climbing 223 meters on a winding mountain. And then we went to Nara, the Deer City, and then took like.
how was the food?
It was really good. Everything there is like top notch. It's like and everything, but everything's like fresh there too, right? Like even everything
Right.
in the vending machines has like the production date of today, because they have so many distributors on like bikes that will show up like 6 o'clock in the morning and like restock everything, and then midday, right? So you know everything that you're even getting in vending machines is fresh.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah. It was definitely an awesome experience for 12 days to like go to so many places. We did Hiroshima, and
Yeah.
that was really harrowing and eye-opening, and just in terms of like the way that they describe things. Like I took a bunch of pictures, but like I posted nothing online because I was like, it's just
It's
I don't
too
know.
yeah.
it just feels disrespectful in the sense.
Right.
But I took the pictures to like bring home because Christina and I love going places that have like historical meaning, and so like to go and have that experience, I wanted to be able to bring home and share with her. So, and whenever we go places, we usually get a pin or like a magnet for the fridge.
Right.
So I got one from Hiroshima.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And you went by yourself, right? You didn't take any of the family with you, obviously.
No, I asked the commander if she wanted to go, and she's like, "What are we gonna do with the kids?" And I was like, we're not paying $2,300 per kid to take them to Japan." So she's like, "No, I'll just stay home." So I don't know how I swung that, but
Grandparents, man.
I know. But like, whereas like I can go and I wouldn't feel like any remorse about like leaving my kids because I know that I'm gonna be able to talk to them and like come back home to them.
Oh yeah,
But, like-
the mom thing.
Yeah, it was 1,000% different. She's like, I don't feel
Oh,
sorry
yeah.
for them. I was like, I get it. I was
Right.
like,
Then
"That makes
you're
sense."
under pressure every day. Oh man, the kids. Yeah. No, I know.
And like it's not like when we go places, if it's like a 6-hour drive away, cool, like we could drive home, but like a 16-hour plane ride, and if something happened and we had to like reschedule, it would just been like she would have been broken to like try and figure
Right.
that out.
Right.
But
I really want to get I don't have a passport and I know Matthew doesn't, but I really want to get one and come up and visit you guys real bad. Because it's not that far of a drive.
true. I think
I
I'm
really
going,
want to.
I think I'm going to Pittsburgh in 2 weeks. They have a regional there.
How did
think
you
that's
do
what
in
it
your tournament over there or whatever?
I didn't participate. I just went to support in Japan, but like NAIC in Columbus, I did top 32, which is
Right.
like, I didn't realize we had 256 people register, and if 201 were registered, then top 32 got, I think it was like $400. But your government like took 180 of it. No, 120 of it. So I need to figure out how to get that back.
You're not.
Yeah.
It's called taxes, bro.
Well, I mean, I'll pay the taxes. You know what I mean? But because I'm not a U.S. citizen, if you're a U.S. citizen, apparently you get it's like a contractor, right? You'll get paid the $400 and then you claim it and you figure out your taxes. But because I'm Canadian, when the website pays you, it's like Global Wallet or something like that. Then they're like, we'll just take it off for you. And I was like, no, this is fine. I was like, I'll figure it out, but I need the money. But no, it's super dope because I usually go just to like support and like kind of help grow the scene, and then to come top 32 and win a little bit of money was super nice. I spent
And you got to see us.
True, not in
That
Japan.
was so good.
Japan, I spent way too much money.
So you just went to Japan to support someone else.
Yeah, so like my team, like Stadium Elite, had 10 people going that were like
Oh,
qualified
nice.
for Worlds. Yeah, and then one of the guys I went for qualified, and then that's who I was just traveling around up until his like registration, and then he had to play and stuff. So it was good. Got to do the Pokemon Cafe. It was super cute. Wildly expensive, but like coffee, like the foam top and stuff, they had like a Rayquaza, and it like the level of detail that they had like burnt into like the foam was crazy. Every detail at that place was so good. And then I actually had real ramen. I had some spicy ramen, so that was
Right.
good. I learned
Did you get-
basically.
Did you get any of the we call them pot stickers, but dumplings?
Yeah, we did do a dumpling
Okay.
house, and that was really good.
Where you dip it in the, like it's
How
got
was that?
like I watched a lot of cooking show videos where they've gone over there, and one of them they went to all these different dumpling houses so that they could test them, right?
Yeah,
And then they were talking about the fats in it. It's got the broth in it,
yeah,
right? So you don't dip it. And they were talking about that stuff, which just seems really
yeah.
cool
You
to
don't
me.
you don't dip it in any of the liquid, but they did
Right.
have the like rock salt where you like would bang it onto the thing and have like a bunch of rock salt, and then they also brought one out that had like almost like it was like a green matcha salt that they had, and it was just based on like the different dumplings that you would order. Those would be the ones that you would use. So it was really good. And like the salts help bring out like the flavor and like the fats and stuff. It was really good. And what did you say, Lady Brittany? Because I think that was where one of the places, like the type of place where we like sat at the table and rang the bell. And was it Goiza?
Gyoza.
Gyoza. Yeah, we went to one of those.
That's what they call. That's what they call dumplings or pot stickers.
Yeah.
Like the actual term is gyoza.
Yep. I knew nothing about it. And splitting bills just wasn't a thing. And tipping was like, they would look at you crazy if you told them to take extra money. And everything there, so clean. So clean. Like, and no trash cans around, which was the, like, make it make sense. You know what I mean? But, like, most people there will get food out of the vending machine, eat the food right at the vending machine, and then throw it into the garbage at the vending machine. So, like, you don't have trash cans in, like, the middle of the street because you don't need them. People will just pocket their trash until they get to a place with a thing, and you don't ask people to use their trash cans. Someone got venomly offended that we asked to use their trash can to, like, throw stuff away. It was wild. I was like, Mason, why would you even do that? He's like, I just asked him to use his trash can. I was like, obviously you don't do that, Mason. God. He's like, apparently not. Yo, what is he? Is he reading him a goddamn novella? Like, what is happening here?
Well, he rolled some private dice, so he might be dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember how you said he was gonna die? This is on you, friend.
Can I be close
You-
by?
No, y'all are coming to get me, remember?
I thought you didn't want his soul.
It's fine.
I just need 4 more fish. I'm stressing out real bad.
Jonesin.
Mm-mm.
And I think to myself, why am I doing these raids?
Oh, the party just rolled.
Ruh-roh.
We
Trying
got a
to
20.
Rolled pretty well, guys. Good stuff.
Yeah. You
GG's.
all live.
That's how many stabs we each take to the throat.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the damage
Jesus.
we're gonna get.
They come back. Everybody explodes for 24 hit points.
Oh, yes. Truly unfortunate. Oh, and we get the new DLC for, what is it?
Scarlet Violet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking to my chat about that.
It looks really good. The all those
I'm pretty
starters.
excited for it.
I'm really glad that I did not try to roll shinies for like the mighty marks that we got in those raids, because like now we can just shiny hunt this stuff. Global Go Fest was the last 2 days, so I went out yesterday and I was hunting for this. They had way back when at like a Hoenn tour, I think it was. They had a shiny cowboy hat Snorlax that you could get, and so the like dream is to get the Shundo, like the shiny hundo of it, like where it's perfect IVs with a cowboy hat. So I was out and one popped up, and so I drove to it at the mall. And I saw that there were 2 there, so I shiny checked the first one, and it wasn't shiny. I was like, oh, crap, the Hondo's not the shiny one then, so I caught that one. And the next one beside it was shiny, and then I IV checked that one, so I ended up getting the Shundo cowboy hat Snorlax. So that's pretty
Nice.
good.
Congrats on that one.
Thank you. Now I have to use it in Master League. Mess up some people. Name it Yippee Ki or something like that.
Yippee motherfucker.
Exactly.
I'll be right back. I got a restroom.
Okay.
Okay. Are they still gone? They're still gone? The
They're
heck?
still whispering.
Whisper room.
Wild.
Yep.
How many more do I need?
Yeah, I was talking to Snooky about this backup character, and it is quite ridiculous. It's I'm going halfling, so I get the halfling luck,
Yeah.
and then looking at getting divination wizard for portent, going wild magic sorcerer for tides of chaos, bend luck, and picking up the lucky feat, and pretty much
Jeez.
not a big like damage character, not a big like does a lot of stuff, very stat spread, but has a lot of abilities to change dice rolls.
Jesus Christ.
The story
That
behind
sounds
it's
so
fun
fun.
too. It's based off of an Ovanik, which is a Slavic folklore, and it was basically supposed to be, oh, you know, you a piece of this entity, or if not, it's gonna burn down your farm. But if you appease to it, it gives you good fortune for the whole year. So
Oh, I like that.
That
that's where the whole
sounds
like fate bending comes from.
so super duper fun with Cassie, though. Since she's literally all about divination and stuff.
Kicking people out of her house and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, she's a real bundle of fun. She's
Okay.
really fun at party. She's really fun at parties. I've heard.
See, things I think Cassie would like be like, oh, this person's interesting, and then after like interacting with him, be like, oh, this person's kind of an asshole. Like, he's very much meant to be a selfish person. So if he ever interacts with the party, it'll be interesting to see how that happens.
Well, but like, out of like me as a person, God, I have a lot of friends who I know are just total horrible people who are assholes and jerks. But we still love them, you know? It'd probably be that kind of vibe. Yes, I know you are an asshole. However, we are friends. You know?
It wouldn't necessarily be an asshole to everybody in the party, but you would see like, wow, this guy has done a lot of asshole-like things.
Mm-hmm.
Very much the type that would be like, oh, let's go into town. Let's just go start just fooling people for as much coin as we can get.
Probably needs that in your life, honestly.
I'm gonna go try to persuade the bartender. Oh, I failed. I'm gonna roll again. Oh, I failed. I'm gonna roll again. Oh, I succeeded. Fantastic. Like,
One of my backups for this campaign is extremely naive, like would take anything at face value. And I just think it would be very interesting with the way this group dynamic is right now. Like,
what kind of like would it be more of like a militant type, like warrior type, who's just like naive because of lack of intellect, or more of like a personality thing?
no, it's so like short backstory is that they got lost in the woods basically, and are older physically than they are mentally, and just kind of never had social interactions.
Gotcha. Oh, that'll be interesting to integrate them into a party then.
Yeah, but I don't think that it would be like there's no mistrust. Like if anything, it would be like there's too much trust because she's larger. I the character like I don't know, has never had negative experiences with people, so there wouldn't be a reason not to trust them.
Okay. Would it be, as far as the lack of social interaction, would it be more of complete like isolation or more of living with wildlife?
More living with wildlife.
Okay, cool. So thinking druid again, or
It's actually a combination of artificer and rogue, but it's a forest gnome, which kind of ties that part in.
Oh,
Are they
interesting.
back? Are they back?
don't forget to do music, Caleb. Yeah.
All right, cams are back.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello.
Excuse me. Did you give him a novelle, as Fraggin would say?
Wrote a fucking novella in there, dude. Jesus.
All right, who are we sacrificing?
It's just
Yeah, who's dying? We saw the rolls.
it
Who's
was
dying?
simply an important conversation. Don't
It is
worry.
very important.
With that, the three of you were sort of gently asked to go find Cassandra if you could, as Tyrion wanted to discuss with her as well. But you know, it's also up to you as to what you've actually done in this time. You guys had a good probably 10 minutes to do whatever it is that you'd like to do if you wanted to do something other than that. What is y'all's plan?
May I use my earring of message to attempt to reach out to Cassandra?
Yes.
Do we have those? We do have those.
Certain people do.
Some of you.
I do.
I don't, right?
You do. It's the three of you, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
Seems
Oh,
kinda
yeah.
clicky. That's fun.
So I'll attempt to reach out to her and just say, "We need you back at the brigade." And just that.
I'll respond with be there in however amount of time it would take me, plus 5 minutes to finish my tea.
Alright.
So whatever that amount of time would be.
10 minutes or so.
If you can't drink a tea in the time it's done for the story and all that, you need to figure out how to drink tea.
It's,
At any rate, so with that confirmation that she's on her way, you guys watch as you sat around. You watch Tyrion comes back into the room, and he Yotev comes out first. Yotev comes out and joins up with the rest of you.
Yotev walks out, and you see that he is now donning a cloak. It looks a little disheveled, but just like a basic adventurer wear. Nothing crazy. But he does have a hood over his head. That he wasn't wearing before. And he seems a little more squat. If you can notice.
Inside check. Are you trying to deceive?
Yotev is just approaching.
That's simply just what he's doing. There's no.
That's just-
he's not
that's his
deceiving.
It
Yes,
seems
he's just
suspicious.
He's appearing now, and this is how he looks now.
Well, you're lucky because I rolled like ass. I rolled a 6.
Yikes.
He's looking great, dude. You're killing it. You know what? You're looking really great. That looked like a really great conversation.
Did you grow?
Bro.
I think Killian would just straightforward ask, "What happened in there?"
We can talk about it out here.
Cassandra is on her way back.
We're at the inn. Is that correct? Or no? Are we out on the street?
You're still in the brigade, unless they left the brigade.
I like to think we're either
Okay.
like out front of it or inside of it, like not gone far.
Okay. In that case, if you left the actual interior itself, then you would probably bump into Cassandra first.
Excellent. So
Cassandra is here.
where am I needed?
The brigade, right? Didn't
Mhm.
didn't Tyrion need to talk to the
Yeah.
groups of you?
I know that out of character.
Arian seeks your audience.
All right. Walk inside and find Darrington.
Are you all following along?
Yes.
I'm hitching
As
a
you walk
ride.
in,
Kenji
you
is
see
good.
Terry's looking around a little confused. Like he is sort of looking for you all, and then he watches you all walk in and goes, yes. Makes his way over to all of you and sort of gestures for you to follow. As you make your way,
Make him away.
following alongside of him.
Dodie.
Doty. Where is it? Do. Here. Okay. You are led into another a sort of a side room very quickly as Tyrion sort of puts a stack of papers down next to him and begins to sort of quickly rifle through them. Says, no, this isn't it. This isn't it. Here we are. So, some interesting news on your front here, Aiden. The thing that you had asked me to look into, I did actually pull up a report on, as came in earlier today, in a place. Gods, I don't have my notes anymore because I packed them. This is horrid for me.
Poor Tyrion. You know, it is in character, though.
Strange activity in Texas.
It's nearby. Is it Camorta? It's one of the places you told me about.
No, it's the reef. Do you have the reef?
Hold on.
You don't have music going either, by the way. Unless I'm borked.
No, I
You
don't
guys
think
hear
it's
it?
going. Nope.
No.
Everplume and the Torrid Raid.
Yes. Some activity near the Everplume. In fact, along a number of islands out there, there've been a series of volcanic activity. Certain ones were thought to be dormant for a very long time, have gone off in recent days, and others that were known to be potential problems have started to become active problems. Don't know what exactly that's about, but I figured since you had shown interest, that might be of use to you.
Thank you.
Lastly, Sandra, how do I? There was a group of. You know what? I might just have to. Can I pull you aside real quick? I think I might need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Can you meet me in this room?
Bye.
Bye.
guys.
Wow.
I need to find
All right,
my.
so how are we gonna
husband.
kill Cassandra?
Oh goodness.
Expose your secrets.
Quick
Nope.
question. You said your character
Not
was
yet.
more like squat. Is it more of like a different stance, or he physically looks like shorter or something?
Stance.
Okay.
He's loaded down with something.
He's got big cojones.
As you would notice a significant difference in his posture because normally he's like upright, chest out, and now he's kind of hunkered down and trying to lay as low as possible.
Mm.
Been put in his place.
No, he has something.
We'll
on
find
him.
out.
It's
He'll
fine.
tell us something when we have time.
It's fine. Yoteb needs a hug from
Kenji.
Kenji. Yeah.
Here, it's your turn to carry him.
Yeah.
Pass the baby Bjorn.
I'm in the middle of doing something for Snooky at the moment. Pardon me.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I need to hide the things.
I don't know what Michael's doing, but he's doing something because the flashing on his face from his computer screen is.
He's cooking.
He's playing Palia.
No, he
Palia,
doesn't play
bro.
Palia.
Palia.
Yeah, it's Palia.
Paldea?
Hell yeah. Oh my god, it makes so much sense now.
The fucking broken ass game? Sorry.
I wonder.
Whoa.
I bet he can't. I bet he can't hear us either, because she's down in the other room.
I think. Oh no, he can hear through his own headphones. I think. He just can't speak.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah, because he's technically still got his cam and like his account of
Well,
Discord. inside
whatever
the stream.
color light that is on him, it's really making his beard look even more ginger. I mean, you know, he is soulless anyway. So
I have no response.
we have said for the longest time since they started dating, but you're dating a soulless ginger.
Whoa.
Hmm.
This is good.
Michael, is this true?
Fragon's last
See?
words before he was canceled on YouTube.
just accepts it. Yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna get canceled for me talking about my son-in-law, who's a wonderful human being.
Oh god. Yeah, it's just the rest of those gingers apparently. I like the new haircut, Ryan.
I just put my hair back because it was in my face, and also I'd had it up for Ninjago stuff, so I decided to keep it back. Because otherwise, I would have had to take time to fix it up, and I didn't want to do that.
Is that natural curls?
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
Gifted.
they're natural curls, but they have to be like treated nicely, or else they aren't very nice curls.
Just saying that it really looks like you got a perm, dude.
Yeah, I know. I get told that all the time.
Now I'm curious, if we grow your beard hair out, will it also curl like that?
Yes, it will.
Oh my god, we need to do that. I'm invested.
It
emotionally
doesn't
now.
get that long, and I don't like when it gets too long because it gets too itchy.
Fair.
That's why I cut mine off the other day. So I just have the goatee, right? So I was I was itching here, and I went upstairs and trimmed all that because this was just coming in, and I'm like, you know what? Because it was down to here, and it was catching. Like I'd pull my glasses out, and the frames would catch a hair and pull it out, and like I'm like, ow, ow, and then it was catching in my fishing vest, and I just cut it off. I said, heck with it, trimmed it.
Yeah, fair.
Can we still get Mew?
Oh, and Paldea?
Yeah.
I think so. When does the Mew event end? That's a good idea. That's a good question.
That was a 180 from what we were talking about.
Sorry, I just
Yeah.
we were mentioning that earlier, and I saw that Mew came up on my dashboard again. I haven't got my Mew.
That does remind me I should also.
It's until September 18th, so we got a couple weeks.
What's the
Gotcha.
code?
Thank
Get your
you.
Get your Mew.
The gifted subs were awesome. She got me, Ryan, or Milkman's got me, Ryan, and Snooky.
Yep.
Aw,
That was a hell of a gifted
thank you.
Yeah, thank you again, Spud, for showing the love. Spud is a
Appreciate it.
member of my co-home in Dragon and Home, so we see each other on a daily basis, and they're a big supporter, and I appreciate all the support.
There you go. Sorry, didn't mean to disrupt. You guys were talking Pokemon shit.
It's all good.
Get your Mew, eh? Interesting.
Yeah, it's supposed to have one random Terra type, so I'm interested to
what-
see what we all get.
We have the time. We can explain a little bit of how the game works.
Wait, what?
I'm reading his chat.
D&D?
Yeah.
It's
If
pretty
you're
much
the-
like group storytelling, but the dice tell you whether or not things go in your favor or against you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Also, you try and kill everyone else in your party before they
Right.
kill you.
So basically,
And this
our
party
storyteller-
specifically.
Our storyteller is Snooky, right? So he has written our story, but he doesn't know exactly how it's going to unfold. He has the framework. He doesn't know how it's going to unfold because he doesn't know what we're going to do with the information that he gives us. And then you further don't have any idea until one of these dice, these D20s, tell you what happens. So that's D&D in a nutshell.
Factual. My first one is electric.
Nice.
Now I need to get the other one.
And how long have we been playing, boys? Over 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, some on and off, but yeah, over 2 years.
And
We had a whole
our,
first campaign together.
well, we didn't finish that one.
It finished us.
It
Wow.
finished up.
Yeah. I
Um,
blame Lady Brittany specifically for that moonbeam.
Who threw the fireball?
Only after.
After the moonbeam.
Yeah. Because if you're going to attack a strong character, you need to present a united front. You don't go after all the minions after somebody moonbeams the main big boss person. You go all in and just bomb the shit out of them.
How many? Okay, I'm trying to remember from that combat scene. So we had the two bosses,
Yes.
Yes.
but
Yeah.
then they were supposed to leave, and we still had like maybe another minor boss left, right? That
well, we
were
just
gonna
had that
originally-
horde, and I think we were gonna.
But
run
how many
into
were
them.
in there?
There was at least 10.
You got-
Including like two caster types that were on the balcony staircase
Yeah.
area that you were at.
Yep.
You got smoked by that one dude in no time.
Yeah, because he walked down
It-
slowly, just walked up to him, just murdered him.
Right. And the sad thing that we had, and it was a series of unfortunate events. We rolled bad, and Snooky rolled phenomenal.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every one of his, like he was critting left and right. It was, and you could see it on his face every time he rolled. He was like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, us being separated made that even worse too. It's like, oh,
No,
somebody's
yeah,
down,
it
but we
was-
can't really get to him.
and we couldn't take out any one of them.
The health
Because we were-
regeneration was terrible. The
It
fact that we're
was-
fighting vampires that could heal made
Yeah.
like it negated pretty much everything that we did.
Yeah, it was it just needless to say, go back through and watch some of Fragon's YouTube stuff because it was a really good group. And but
Sucked
the last
ass,
night
that battle.
it was that last one hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt. Because I was really starting. I had a bard. I played a bard last time, and I was really falling in love with that character. And I think all of us had really good, and we had really some deep backstories. Which this is what we're doing in this one. We're just starting out in this one.
Yep.
So,
I think the thing was like,
yeah, go ahead.
that with our previous characters, we all already had moments from our actual story, like our own goals.
Mhm.
So definitely the attachment had grown way more than what we've gotten to so far here. But I mean, of course, just
Right.
the amount of time that we played that. But yeah, like literally, like you're getting close to the person that you're looking to kill, and
Yeah.
like I had
His-
already encountered my tribe and stuff like that. Like we were just getting to so many different points
Yeah.
all across that continent that we all had moments that were very, very impactful.
And Fragon's family, like it was.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah.
Like it, but our DM has written these stories in such a way that it's just one big story that we're just happy to be a part of. It's all his world. It's not his world, but he didn't create the world. But you see what I'm saying? He's created these storylines for us. All of these adventures he has done, and he's letting us play in it. That's how I look at it. And then you get to hang out with all these cool ass people that I really enjoy.
Second one was fire. Trash.
I have a problem where I thought my Switch was charging, but it was not charging. So now I'm waiting for it to charge so I can update it.
What game are you guys talking about?
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're back.
you're back!
They decided to
Yay!
pull it up.
Welcome back.
All right.
Hey, music's back.
Is it?
Uh,
It is
I
for
need my
me.
camera back. So sorry.
both
There you go.
both Tyrion and Cassandra come back, and Tyrion says, "Terribly sorry. Don't mean to make this as confusing as possible, but congratulations on your success in the taking down of Cinder. Just a quick note." You were paid out. That is taken care of. Should you have anything else that you require, I'd be more than happy to extend a hand. And, of course, if you ever do change your mind about wishing to join the Tyrion's Daring Brigade, you may absolutely come and find me. You've all been quite exceptional at your jobs.
How much did we get paid?
Sort of fumbles for a second. He pulls out a piece of paper and flips it open. Looks like 600 marks.
So that's 100 for each of us. Who has that?
It's not 100 for each of us. You're not doing math correctly.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who am I forgetting? There's 6 of us. It's 600.
I was counting
Divided by
Echo Mash.
6.
I was looking at the party thing, and I counted Echo Mash.
What the heck? No!
This
That's-
double payment. Let's go.
Oh, man.
It is 100 for each of us.
Yotev has it. Yotev will distribute appropriately when we get into safe place.
Here is safe enough.
And Yotev won't want to hold on to it till we get to where we actually need to be.
No, I would like my money, Yotev.
Fine, fine. And Yotev will grumble and hand out each of them the 500 dispersed amongst the 5 of them.
Is there
Well, we're missing Dad. but
is there
that's fine.
alcohol in this area that we're in right
No,
now?
we're not. Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's
Yeah.
at the end.
We have plenty of alcohol.
No. It just like looking around, like just perception wise
yeah.
is there? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Can I? Is there within 30 feet?
Varnex, you're not paid yet, but
Yeah,
Yotev will
probably.
pay you, maybe.
Can I?
You won't.
Can I mage hand a drink to him because he seems grouchy?
To who?
To Yotev.
Okay, hey,
The raging alcoholic is going on withdrawal, so I'm just trying to feed his habit.
what? Before to paint the picture, what does your mage hand look like?
So it almost looks like it looks like it comes out of his eye, and the eye kind of like morphs into like a bunch of little bugs that kind of form a hand, like they're ghostly, and they just kind of like go and like grab around the drink, and then they float.
You all watch as a bottle is picked up by these hands and brought over towards you, Yotev. Tarion sort of raises an eyebrow as he watches a bottle from one of his shelves get taken down and floated slowly over towards Yotev. And he seems a bit perplexed, but doesn't say anything.
Yotev will see the bottle. Like he's stunted. He's like lost in thought, and he's like, "No, not right now."
You'll
And
notice.
politely decline.
You should notice that after Cassandra has asked for the money, she is very tiny and looks to be slightly crying after speaking with Darrington. She's not happy.
Should there be anything else you require, absolutely let me know. He reaches over and plucks the bottle out of your mage hand and puts it back on the shelf. And if at all, please. And of course, feel free to stop by for more jobs as well. I'm sure I could find something for you, even if you don't end up joining. Leaves you all to your own devices.
Perhaps we find somewhere private to speak.
We have to go back to the inn to go see Varnex.
Yeah, he needs to get paid too.
Maybe.
Who decided you got the money?
Yotev got the money. He's the first one that spoke up.
That seemed like a bad idea. Were you gonna
He'll,
give us the
start
money?
marching toward. Yotev was going to hold on to it for safekeeping. Don't need you spending it frivolously.
It's my money. I can spend it how I want.
My money and I need it now. Sorry.
As we,
my
You're too
God.
young to understand how money works.
You don't know.
Yotev is an old man.
You're
a very
not my
old
real
goblin.
dad.
He was gonna go put it under his mattress.
You watch it, or Yotev will bend you over his knee.
Yotev for sure does not trust a centralized banking system.
yeah.
All of his money hides under his mattress.
Yotev might be the kind of guy that invests in crypto. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No.
He sounds like the guy who invents crypto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh god.
He's the one that
Um,
makes NFTs.
Yeah. Fuck. Not like this. All right. So new big
This
bosses
one's
we
worth
have to kill.
5,000 gold.
Because I said so.
As we go, if we're leaving, then the mage hand will pat Tarion Darrington on the side of his face, which will dissipate into a mass of bugs that will crawl over him and then just kind of vanish in a puff of smoke. I'm gonna let you figure out what to do with that.
I'm going to go burn these clothes and have a nice bath, I think.
Just reaches over and grabs that same bottle back off the shelf.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, Tyrion does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. While you sort of glance over the bottle that Kenji had grabbed, you've seen that in like taverns before. That bottle alone is worth like 30 gold. So there was a little bit of like a oh shit moment whenever it got floated over. It's like, yeah, that was expensive. If you want to drink, that's fine, but like, there's a reason that one's in my office and not like at the bar. But the 5 of you can leave the brigade and make your way over to the inn and find Varnex. Your pocket's a little heavier. Coin.
Yay.
We're at the inn then.
Yes.
And we see Varnex. Surely, right?
Varnex, was there anything you wanted to get up to while they were?
No, I was just gonna hang out at the inn
Not murder people.
and contemplate on my vision, and just it's all good.
So, what's next?
What happened with Darrington? I was not there, and I would like a rundown.
Well,
I will
there
attempt to
was
reach
some-
out and ask what happened with her.
Wait just a second. Did y'all get paid? Did we get paid for this?
No.
Yotep has
No.
your money. As he's saying no, I say Yotep has your money.
I'll just raise an eyebrow at Yotev.
Ah! And Yotep will toss aside 100 gold to.
Yotep should never be trusted with the money. Who decided this?
Yotep is the most trustworthy person in this group
Then why won't you give it to us?
because you are not very trustworthy.
It's not yours.
This is Yotev's disciples, so Yotep, as leader of group, will decide how money gets distributed.
No.
I think we need to talk about that name.
No. We no to all of that.
What? It is lovely name. Yotep thought of it himself.
I think no.
Fine. Yotep never gets what he wants.
What happened in there, Yotev?
More importantly, we should first tell Cassandra and Varnax what happened when we first walked in. We saw
Deflecting, I
Daring-
appreciate it, but sure.
Darrington was meeting with some people. Don't know who they were. Seemed irrelevant. Not impressive in any way. He failed that history check.
Yes, I know. I know. That's what's making it so funny.
But Yotep tell the story of
I'll cut in and be like, those not important people were Sidnok Truskin, the Prime Arbiter of Rexentrum, along with a couple members of the Cerberus Assembly.
How many of those names ring a bell for Cassandra?
So I think with the Sidnok Truskin, whenever the name is said, everyone knows who that is. Just like how most people, when you name like, you know, the some politician, they know who that is. They just may not be able to recognize them in person. And so all of you recognize the name when introduced to it.
Wait, you're serious? That's who the fuck that was?
Yeah. I think that's why Tyrion seemed a little on edge.
That makes a lot of sense now, and the looking back on that, but Yotev had no idea.
Let me guess. You were being your own charming self. How much did you drink?
Enough! Actually, now that I think about it, not enough. But I can't right now.
Why?
Yotev is going to look around. How crowded is this inn right now?
You
we're at.
guys went to the same one you went to last
Yep.
time, right? The Rose Nestle.
Yeah.
It's about 6:30. So there's a good number of people down here eating food, like eating dinner, drinking a little bit. It's not empty.
If
Okay.
you are wanting somewhere more secluded, we can go put my tent outside. Nobody can hear through it at all.
Yotev does not want to necessarily put up the tent and all of us go inside it. It looks funny.
Excuse me?
In the big city, if a random tent pops up in the middle of the street and five
In
people
front of an
walk
inn.
inside of it, in front of an inn, and 5 people walk inside it, and then their doll will carry it on, it looks a little funny. I'm sorry. Come, we'll go to my room. We still have our rooms from last time, right?
If not, then you can easily reacquire it. Yes.
I'm assuming, working under the assumption that Yotev still has his room. Okay. And Yotev will gesture for everyone to come up to his room.
I will follow to the room.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Is Kenji still hanging out in front of me at this point?
That's all you hear me in your head. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. At this point, the
everyone
head is
follow-
turned back around and looking up at you.
I come up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right.
Before Yotev closes and locks the door, he takes a quick look to see if there's anyone like kind of keeping an eye.
Make a perception check.
Sure. Definitely not terrible at those.
Can I help him with looking out?
Sure. You can either both roll or one of you can roll with advantage.
Both roll. Oh my god!
Yotev.
I got an 18,
He is-
so you definitely
When
beat
he needs it, he
So-
rolls well.
Yotev. You're a little on guard at the moment. So as you're walking and you cross the room, you've got your hood up and you're making your way across. You don't. There are people who are definitely like taking a look or like instead of watching the place, like the bartender's obviously paying a lot of attention to the people that are coming in and going out. So there's a bouncer in the corner that's doing the same. But you keep an eye out in general, and you do actually clock. There's someone at the bar who on their shoulder has a very familiar looking crest.
Shit. Oh no.
What kind of crest?
We'll get to it. If he hasn't, if the person at the bar has not seen Yotev to his knowledge, he'll close the door as silently as he can. There's a lot of ruckus in the bar, so it's probably not the doors opening and closing are probably not too crazy.
People
but
going
he's
to the
gonna-
room is totally normal.
Yeah, it's going in, it's totally normal, right?
Yeah.
And he's gonna lock the door if he can lock it.
Your rooms do come with keys. They're not the most intricate of locks. If a determined person would be able to get in, but the door, it's locked.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Darrington pulled me aside for a private conversation, and Yotev has something that he needs to confess to you all. And Yotev will go into the collar of his shirt and pull out a piece of parchment and unroll it onto the little table that is in his room. And anyone who looks at it will see Yotev's face.
Wanted
on
poster?
It. It's a wanted poster. For 3,000 gold.
Why do you have this?
Yotev made some very poor business decisions in his life. Yotev owes a lot of money to some very powerful people. Now, I know that might seem bad, and Yotev understand if they don't want Yotev around, and they do not want to get mixed up in this mess. What Yotev will say is that the people who are looking for Yotev currently have hired a group of mercenaries referred to as the Fingers. They're based in Shady Creek Run. They are a group of tied to bounty hunting and monster hunting, dead or alive. There is someone currently in this inn who is tied to this group.
Do I need to kill him?
No. Don't make a scene. It'll only make things worse. There is a half-orc sitting at the bar. 6'1".
Fun fact. Wasn't a half orc.
Oh. Fuck! Wait, did Yotev recognize that face? The person?
You did not.
Okay. Interesting. There is someone sitting at the bar who has this symbol, and he'll like flip over the page and like crudely draw the symbol of the dragon in mid-flight on a symbol. Anyone donning this crest is more than likely looking out for Yotev and wanting to kill him.
And that's the crest of the Fingers?
Yes.
Mickey?
Yeah. In fact, anyone who would like to roll a history check for me, please feel free to do so.
I'll do that.
Not from this continent, so I don't think I'd know about them.
That's
You're
fair.
gonna have a
Shady
reveal.
Creek's pretty far from where I'm from, so I don't know that I would know
Oh,
anything
there we
about it.
go.
It's in
Would I be able to do a
Probably
history
more.
check based off of any like flashbacks I may have had?
Yes.
Just for my own personal,
Simple
where
level area.
is
Cillian, roll
Shady?
with advantage.
I roll with advantage?
Yeah.
Good, because that was a 3.
Michael
18
says-
minus 1 is 17.
Okay.
I rolled a
I
5.
have curiosity. Where is Shady Creek Run? Because
It is north of Hupperduke.
Okay.
Um,
northeast from here.
Yeah.
Hmm?
where are we in relation to? Are we in the same side of the continent, or are we on the other side? I don't know.
We're
where
on
we're
the southwest.
But we're still within the same portion of the continent as Upper
Yeah.
Duke and
It's been a
Shady
minute since
Creek.
I've seen the map. I'll have to look at a map.
Technically, Shady Creek Run is in a place called the Growing Wildlands, and Shady Creek Run is like maybe a couple miles into the Grading Wildlands.
Okay.
But it's the far north
That's what I
part of the
thought.
continent. Yeah.
See, I'm not
Um,
rolling history.
So what did everyone get?
I got a 20.
Okay, dirty
17.
20. 8, 17.
3 for a 5.
3 for a 5. Okay. So on an 18, you've definitely heard of people referring to fingers before. For some reason, that name feels familiar, like in your gut, Killian,
2.
but you don't know why. Varnax, you've heard of the Fingers. They are people who you've met before. They are trained hunters, and in most of your encounters, they do less hunting and more playing with their target. Every time that you've encountered them, every time that you've heard about them, and it's not often, mind, but all the stories you've heard, they don't find and then capture. They don't find and then kill. They hunt, and if they're not afraid of their target, they play with them. They sort of set up traps and enjoy. They sort of revel in the power dynamic that they have between themselves and their targets.
Okay. I'll relay that to the group.
Well, isn't that just comforting?
I like to play.
So is killing them off the table? Because I'm sure Kenji could use the soul right about now. He's looking a little peaked.
You can see the grays starting to really take form, like gray hairs starting to build, like almost new ones. And this old goblin, as he's just so stressed about trying to figure out what to do, and he's trying to hatch a plan.
Hey, Killian. Not
Yes.
Killian. Hey, Yotev. Said the
Yes.
wrong thing. I looked at you. Sorry.
Hi.
Did you? How did you find out that they were here? Derek?
Darrington handed me the wanted poster. He said that he burned a bunch of them that they were handed. He wants to help me out.
What's in it for him other than 3,000 gold? Oh, I'm sorry.
What's in it for him other than 3,000 gold?
My guess, Yotev's guess, is that he wants us to join the brigade.
I thought he didn't want anything to do with us.
Don't know if that was really him as much as his manager.
I'm confused. I thought he was the manager.
There is someone else that was handing out all the paperworks and the rigmaroles and all the political things that they had to go through. Darrington is the main person and face. That person that we ticked off when we were trying to find loopholes in contract. He runs the business side of things.
As a refresher, because it's been months, that person's name was Lawrence.
Lawrence. I don't know why I thought Jonathan. That
Nope.
makes no sense. Lawrence runs the business side of things.
Larry.
Mm,
Larry and Darrington.
Oh god.
Larry.
Why?
Um,
Why? Oh my goodness.
Yotev feels that we should not try to cause scene here, but try to find our way out of Diastock as soon as possible.
I don't like being followed.
If they find us out on the road, then we kill them.
What?
I think I can get us out without being followed. We're in the mountains. I know mountains. Or we're next to mountains, rather.
I know broken bones.
What concerns me more is leaving now is a start, but what's your plan? Like, you just gonna run the rest of your life?
Yotev has planned to try to repay back what he owes. But he can't repay what he owes until he builds what's in these plans. And he just has them in his hands, and he's not going to show them.
Take it you owe a little more than that 3,000 they're offering.
It's to the point where Yotev himself does not even know how much he owes.
That seems like a bad place to be. And you want us to trust you with the money?
Huh.
Why do you think Yotev is even trying to hold on to the money in the first place?
But it's not yours to take.
Sometimes it takes a long time for an old man to learn anything. And some men don't learn in their lives. Yotev's not proud of these things. Yotev just was trying to do right by his family.
Killian will go ahead and approach, kneel down, and put a hand on Yotev's shoulder. It doesn't matter what you've done. You are my friend, and I am here with you. Just let me know what you need from me. And Killian will, however, push an angle where nobody can see it, but on half of his face, he'll crack a smile for the first time at Yotev, so only he can see it. And then that'll go away quickly.
Well, I'd offer to give you my cutback, but you see, I have this pesky little thing. That's my own personal, I don't trait. I don't know. Amass greatness. So I'm gonna keep gold and spend little. So we'll see what happens. But if they come, I'll kill them.
So, what's the next step? Let's say you are able to get these plans. Where do we go? Where do we go right now to get away from this? Does anybody have anything?
Don't let this affect what your plans are. However, there is the one last thing that was unresolved from this, and that was that you were promised that if you got rid of these darklings and quicklings that had attacked, you would get an item from the pixie.
Right, yeah, the Fae. I thought we still have to do the part with the Fae of, on their behalf.
For the most part, that has gone, that will be going cold. so don't feel like you're beholden to stay in Deastock. However, that
No,
is
but
one last thing of.
Right, but I thought that we still had to broker the relationship and mend that for the forest. And I thought Cassandra was like 100% adamant that we had to do that.
I would say Terry and Darrington and the brigade are basically taking over that, and are basically what's happening there is, as a result of the assassination attempt, it's all getting pinned on them, as they were the problem. Us, since we're both against them, friend of a friend. Let's
Got it.
ration this out. So
Okay.
Tarian's working on that front. But
I
there is
just
still the
wanted to make
reward
sure that was
pick up. Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a question because I received a dandelion from the pixies, correct?
You did.
Do I get a sense that that is a single-use item? I don't remember if that was said.
You get the sense that that is a single-use item.
Okay.
I don't even remember. I didn't even know you got that or what it was for.
Flower.
It's basically to summon their assistance or their presence at some point.
Oh yeah.
Can I try and sneak out of the room?
No, because you get disadvantage on sneaking. Why would you even try that?
Sneak out of the locked
Because I
room.
rolled an 18 and a 19 plus 4.
Why are you rolling before doing stuff? What?
Sneaking out
I
of
said
the
I want to
locked
sneak
room.
out of the
Where'd
room.
it go?
That's the key for.
So.
Like I
your
just
attempt-
I want to attempt to sneak out of the room, and I want to go down to the guy that's at the bar.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Is there a way you're doing this to not draw attention to the people who are all in the room with you and can obviously see the door, or is there
That is also locked.
that is also locked?
I've got to use the little boy's room.
You're a doll.
Please tell me you go like full Toy Story mode and you just
Tell
start
her-
walking
tell
when
her-
somebody stops by, you just flop down on the ground.
Yeah.
Tell all that coffee just ran right through me.
I
Yeah.
need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You're a doll. You don't know what I've got.
Yeah. Just like
I have all the genitals.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Shout out to anyone who saw the Barbie movie.
I've got
Oh my god.
I have not.
I have not seen it.
Super good. Highly recommend.
I just watched the D&D movie like
I'll
The Bard one
I'll
with Chris Pine.
Yeah.
It was all right.
I still
yeah,
need to
it was-
watch
it was
that.
okay.
It was all right.
I had fun.
I need
It was
Okay,
fun.
wait. Let's not get distracted by
Yeah, yeah,
movies.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I
it
need
is.
I need some fresh air. Can someone let me out?
Yeet out the window. All the king's horses and all the king's men.
Do we let him out?
I'm not a fucking puppy. I'm a functioning member of this fucking group.
Yeah, but like, do we say, hey, stay and talk more, or do we say, oh no, you're good, go ahead?
We
It's a lot.
have not decided on anything yet as a group, and Yota would prefer that we decide things as a group.
Okay, so
So what I'm hearing is we're pretty much done here in Deastock, so we're not going to take any more jobs from Darrington, right?
We do have to go back.
Well,
to
here's the
ferry.
thing. Right. We could also take on missions with the brigade. Yotev has some ties that he needs to loosen, like loose ends that he needs to tie up before he leaves just yet.
But that's not answering my question. We can't be in the brigade and work out of here if they already know we're here. I mean, what's Darrington gonna do? Keep trying to cover up that you're here?
He said something about being able to provide some form of protection, but I don't know if he's got a group large enough and capable enough.
Originally, when you were offered to join the brigade, you were told you wouldn't have to stay in Deastock. In
Yes.
fact, you would be informed of jobs periodically, and it would be up to you as to whether or not you wanted to take them. And if you did take them, then that's great, but the guild would take a cut because of providing you the information
the work.
of the job. Yeah.
What he said.
Well, we all met there. He put us together there. I say we go ahead and join the brigade, and then we leave. And then he can give us any jobs, but my goal is still my vision. I have to find those other paladins and kill them. Or I have to find those other followers.
Right. Now, Cassandra, he pulled you
Mhm.
aside as well. What did he say?
I've had enough going on. I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also want to leave. But I'm not like wanted. There's not a reward or anything like that. Right? There's not, right? There wasn't a.
No.
Okay.
Not that you know of.
Right.
We know that the Fae would give us something if we finished helping them, but that's really about it. We don't know what it was.
They weren't that far. And if we wanted to go there just on our way out,
I would still like to help the Fae because I think it's the right thing to do before we leave. But I'm not ready to talk about what happened with Darrington yet. I'm sorry. It's not as
That's
bad,
alright.
though.
That's reassuring.
I too would like to visit the fake creatures once more.
It might be a great place to start, and from there we can find our way out without being followed right out of town.
if we want to formally join the brigade, they had papers we needed to sign. We'd have to make our way there at some point as well.
I think now that we know him better, I'm fine with it.
To me? Oh.
Who, me? Darrington, is that you? Wait!
He just like pops out of a closet, like, what the hell?
I knew you liked me! Alright, then it's settled.
No, just one last thing. I'll ask. So no one here has thought about turning him in for the reward?
Who?
Yotev,
Hello.
3,000 gold.
No, why would we do that?
I guess
We
it's,
really know him? So no one's thought of that.
it's a fair point.
Killian will stand up and say, if you want to turn him in, you will have to go through me.
Understood.
That's why I
Yotev-
sit on his shoulder.
I also said I didn't wanna. I
You-
was not
Fine.
threatening people.
Who
I
is
look
it
at
that
Saying
you...
I do.
I
I'm
look at
just saying.
Yotev and
are
cast
we-
suggestion. No, I'm just kidding.
Yotev turns himself in for the 3,000.
Yourself in.
just
We all need to be on the same page here with this. Is all I'm saying.
Yotev, who is it that you owe money to?
That is a very good question. I don't think Caleb and I actually gave a name to these folks yet, or at least
You might not
Did-
have.
yeah, I
Uh,
didn't. I didn't.
You know that it is effectively like a it's basically just a bank. Like it's a centralized bank that has a lot of different loan sharks. However, given what you know, normally the sequence of events are when the bank hasn't received your payments in a while, normally what happens is the bank will sell your debt to someone else to make some of the money back, and then that person will attempt to get the money from you. And it's typically those people that hire mercenaries, not the bank itself.
Yep.
So it was sold to someone, but Yotev, you would not know.
No. This is what I got the money from back here, but where they sold my debt to, Yotev has no idea. And now the person that bought my debt, Yotev's debt, has now hired mercenaries to kill him. Yotev is not going to sugarcoat it.
That being said, if anyone would know, it would either be the bank you could ask, or if you were to be able to pry the information from one of the fingers.
Does the wanted poster have like a turn-in spot?
The wanted poster for the most part has his mugshot. It's basically a
Artist rendition.
Very well done artist rendition. The amount, and then underneath it has a thing that basically says actually I don't think it would. I'm trying to think, because like they're not a super it would inform the person to basically that the individual is considered to be armed and dangerous, and to report their findings to the guard or to the proper authorities. And then from there, you imagine the fingers would be contacted and they would come to collect.
Okay.
Should we interrogate the person at the bar for more information?
Well, if we interrogate him and break a leg, he's not going to be following us.
We don't know if he's the only one here, though.
Here's the thing.
Well,
If he does not report back, they know where to start looking.
not if we make it look like an accident.
In this run, there almost doesn't seem to be any kind of accident.
Bar fight gone wrong? Simple street mugging?
Yoda would not underestimate the abilities of people of this status.
Okay.
We'll lay low for a little bit. In the morning, we go to Darrington, and Yotev will tie up some loose ends that he has here. He has some minor errands that he needs to run.
That's fine.
Then-
I'm gonna go down and eat dinner.
Then we go.
Have us a meal. You want me to send it up to your room?
Yotev would
Yotev?
appreciate that. Yes.
Killian, you staying here, or you gonna go eat? Oh wait,
I
you don't eat.
No.
Yeah.
I will stay here.
Sandra?
Yeah.
Aiden?
I
I want to go. So,
Okay, I'll go meet.
Let's go.
All right, we'll go down and eat. Send a meal up.
Okay.
With some ale. Actually, we'll send him some fire water. Send him up some whiskey instead. And that's all I got.
Quick question, DM: Is
Mhm.
drinking alcohol considered being poisoned?
So technically, the way that it works for like dwarves, the way that they show like, oh, the stereotype of dwarves drink a bunch is that's why they have poison resistance and advantage on saving throws against poison. That's like
Okay.
the joke of it. So technically, but also if you want to be able to get drunk, you can get drunk.
Is alcoholism considered a disease because I'm immune to disease?
It would not. Addiction is a disease, but also
Yes.
like
that's a whole other can of worms that we don't need to unpack right now.
Yeah, I was
That's
just
not
wondering
worth
if-
getting canceled over right now.
Let's not do that right now.
I was just wondering if I drink, could I like drink more because I have resistance? So,
yeah,
okay.
probably. It works for them. It works for you, right?
Work for me too, because I'm immune to disease as well.
Not disease. Poison
not poison.
resistant.
I think I'll just stay guard for Yotev. Just keeping an eye out so that way he's unseen, but we get a little bit of a, ear against the door, so to speak.
Okay.
Is there a pen and parchment at the in like that's provided in the hotel in the inn rooms?
It for sure can be. Yeah. It would be there.
All right, cool.
And based on that fact, can I, while everybody else goes down to eat, can I keep a open eye, look for anybody who might be trying to look through keyholes or checking rooms or anything?
Yeah. Make a perception check.
17.
17. You are you're keeping watch. Where are you keeping watch in relation to the room? Are you inside the room or are you outside sort of keeping watch in the hall?
I'd probably stay inside, just so
Okay.
I don't bring any attention to a guard standing outside of a specific door.
There.
And just more of hearing for any footsteps, any slower footsteps, and taking a peek out every once in a while.
So you do hear a lot of foot traffic, which kind of makes sense for the fact that this is an inn. But as you're paying attention to that, you do get the sense that there are people who may be lurking around, especially when it gets later into the night. You do hear people. You hear someone walking around outside, and you hear something shake, as if someone's trying the door next to you. Doesn't seem to open. And they move on to your room, and you hear the door shake a little bit as someone attempts to see. Basically, someone's going through and checking to see if the doors are unlocked, and someone does come to yours and attempt to open it, and it seems to be locked. And so
When
the door
that-
slowly moves back.
When they move away from the door, could I quietly open the door to peek as they're walking away?
Make a sleight of hand check. Actually, this is how. Steady.
30-20.
30-20. You do so, and you open it up, and you see there is a kid, maybe 12, 13. From the back looks to be some kind of non-common humanoid, because you can see that the backs of his hands, his forearm, and up to where his sleeves starts is blue. But he sort of checks the door. So he checks the next door, and this one's unlocked. And so you watch as he like perks up a bit and slowly opens, and he looks inside for a second. And you watch as he begins to slip in and closes the door behind him.
Alright, I'll quietly close the door again, and I guess at this point just think it's somebody who's going around and either hired or their own interest trying to steal money or whatever. But I would let Yotev know that there have been at least people interacting with doors looking for open doors.
Does he go into any of our rooms?
Doesn't seem like it, no. Unless one of you left your door open, in which case, let me know.
No, Cassie would have their door locked after today. Probably not before today, but after today she would.
Has her door locked, tent propped up inside.
Probably, honestly. She sleeps
Untempted?
better in the tent. She doesn't have. She's not staying in the room. You're right. She's staying outside in the tent.
You know, the thing that we weren't going to pop up and go into. Yep.
No, but that's where she's been the last several times. She hasn't paid for a room. She slept in the tent the last couple of nights.
I would leave the door open just to have like a Saw type interaction with somebody. Be like, they're like, now you're in here with me. Be like, no, you're in here with me now.
Me
Yeah.
kill them and take their soul. Dispose the body somehow.
Actually, can I wait for that kid or young humanoid to, like, I'll still wait like inside the room, but if I hear that they're coming back out of that room, try to stop them before they pass by the door again?
Yeah, we'll keep your same perception check. You maybe like 10, actually it's only like 5 minutes later. The door reopens, and since he got the one right next to you, you can hear it a lot easier than most of the other places. You hear it open and close behind him, and you hear footsteps begin to go down the hall.
Okay, I want to open the door and confront him.
You swing the door open, and you see a 13-year-old tiefling, blue-skinned tiefling. He's got just the smallest itty-bitty little nubs for horns, which is why you couldn't necessarily tell that he was a tiefling before. They are probably like 2-inch bumps on his forehead here and here. He sort of whips around at you because you open the door the moment that he's like walking by, and he does his best to try to like pretend like, oh, you just startled me and I'm gonna keep going, and tries to like keep going past you.
Does he look like he's carrying anything? Like still stealing anything?
You make a perception check with advantage for this one, since you at least know he's got.
Oh, that's so bad. 9.
You can't tell. You didn't get a good enough look on what he had on him beforehand to tell if he's added anything to his.
Okay. Tempting. If I can't tell whether or not he's actually stealing anything, I'll probably just take a note of his appearance and then go back into the room.
Okay. Easily done.
Where are we at for this?
You guys, unless you are already done with food, are in the main hall. In which case, if there's anything you guys wanted to do, you absolutely can.
I'm just gonna
Is that-
eat and go to bed.
Is that guy there?
You do still see, actually, when you guys walk in, you do see that the place that the person was, they have seemingly checked out, paid their tab and left.
They're already gone. Motherfucker. Interesting. What do I own?
A broken button.
Yes. Okay.
So, is there anything anyone wanted to do that night before?
No.
All right.
Yes.
I'm
Hey,
not me.
Yotev, did Harrion say if the fingers know of us being partied with you?
No. He didn't say anything like that.
Okay.
As far as I know, Terry Darrington did not tell them that he knew anything about us. At all.
Okay.
Who am I rooming with?
Me?
So before I go to bed, I'll say that I need to think and reflect on some things, and I will pull out my dread helm and put that on.
Okay.
Obviously, that's what you use to think. It cloaks my face in shadow, and my eyes are red. And I'm going to reach out and try and figure out if there's anything that I need to do in the coming days. Just look for some guidance.
Okay. What exactly are we doing here?
Just looking out, seeing if there's anything that, based on where we are going, or things that we'll be doing, if I get any insight. Like if there's something that I need to do, or I feel like I need to do.
Okay.
Before he gets too involved, I'll say,
Kenji, you look really good in that helm. You should wear it more often.
Thank you. I was thinking about it, but the wings kind of throw the whole aesthetic off. I think the I think the hair. I think it really does something for me. So well, maybe I'll
Thinking
try
about getting a haircut.
it.
One strand gone.
Kind of. Maybe I'll give it a try for like a fortnight or something and see how it pans out.
Make an investigation check. For me, Fracken.
Okay. $21.
You see a familiar looking half elf. One that was sitting at a bar. You see that they they have that same insignia on their forearm. They are currently ducking into an alleyway, maybe 3 or 4 blocks ahead of you.
Okay. That's all I get?
Yeah, they're 3 or 4 blocks ahead of you. They just turned into an alleyway.
Alright, I'll be back. I'll just like get up and start moving for the door. I'm keeping the helm on.
You scurry and make your way out. Where you head?
Direction of that half elf.
You begin to follow. As you do, you round the corner, and at the very end of the road, or of the alleyway, sort of in shadow, the half elf seems to be talking with someone. Though that other person they are blocking, with their body from where you're positioned.
Can I sneak up?
Roll a
Listen to what they're
stealth check.
saying. The lower one is a 16. The higher one was a 19. So that's a 20. Dirty.
Okay. You begin to creep up. As you do, you begin to hear part of the conversation. You hear, and you're sure of this. And as you get in closer, you see a probably 12, 13, 14-year-old tiefling with blue skin and little nubby horns. He says, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, big guy, sort of grayish skin. Didn't
Oh,
look all
fuck
that
me.
put together, but he seemed kind of off. But yeah, it was there. And you see the guy nods, hands the kid some coin, and Fragan, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Constitution, motherfucker. Is it 13 plus 5 for 18?
I'm sorry.
18. So there's good news that
Oh,
happens.
yes, yes.
The good news is that when it comes to physicality, your body is not all that affected by things like poisons. And so your personal resilience, added on to the fact that there are aspects of your body that are able to easily fight back, means that you don't take serious damage.
Okay.
But that'd be 1 plus 4 is 5 points of piercing damage. And then 14 halved to 7, halved again because you resist poison, to 3 points of poison damage.
So I take what in total?
7 points of damage.
7.
As you see a half orc with a mohawk on his head has stepped into the alleyway behind you and has thrown a poisoned dagger at your back. You are now cornered in an alleyway, and that is where we will end.
Hang on. At the other end, so from behind him.
From behind him, yes.
Okay.
He snuck in, and someone followed in behind.
Just out of curiosity, how big is this alleyway? Like, where, like, in this space?
Oh
How do you
no!
describe
10 feet
it?
across.
10 feet across? And
Yep.
how close is the one behind me, and how close am I to the other people?
Behind is 20 feet. In front is about 40.
That's the
That's
best
where they're
cliffhanger.
40 feet away?
40 feet ahead and 20 feet behind. But we'll resolve this next week.
Excellent.
Or 2 weeks from
Wow.
now.
Wow. That was a good session.
That's what you did. Fuck
Oh,
around
yeah,
and
we gotta
find
do
out.
our
That's
wrap
what
up.
you're in.
Welcome back.
We done fucked up.
Super happy to have you guys. It's been fun. Sit on that for 2 weeks.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. I should have changed the music during that. That is on me. But
You know what? It still sounded okay.
It's pretty ominous.
Welcome to our fuck around and find out portion of our D&D session.
we'll get to the
Find out.
intense portion next week with combat. But do we still want to do sign-offs, Dragon?
Yeah.
So we'll start up at the top with Lady B. If you just want to tell people where to find you and the sort of the stuff that you do.
I'm Lady B, Lady Brittany on everything. Usually there's an underscore there. I am a cozy content creator, mostly on Twitch. I am primarily playing Palia, as I'm a Palia partner now, and we'll be picking up some Fae Farm here this week, mixing that in, but mostly we do comfy, cozy community games and community events, and everybody's welcome. It's super fun, chill time. Husband?
I'm Michael. I am found here on Sundays, and that's it.
Fuck yeah.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Step.
Oh, didn't see you there. Thank you for joining us, guys. Yes, I am Step Freak. I stream on Twitch at Step Freak with only E's. I'm currently playing Dragon at Home, but I saw House of Da Vinci 3 has released, so back to some puzzle games in the near future. But you can catch me on Twitch. I don't have a set schedule, so check me out on Twitter as well for when that happens.
I am incredibly excited for puzzle games. That is my favorite. I love watching the puzzle game stuff. Researcher Ryan.
Hi, I'm Researcher Ryan. I've played Yotev today. And I have been on a very long hiatus from streaming for a while due to busy work-life balance things. But if you do check out my channel, you'll find that I primarily stream Pokemon shiny hunting, and I also do a lot of Let's Plays for different Nintendo games. The Nintendo games I was currently in the middle of doing was Pikmin 2, and Metroid Prime Remaster. Yeah, thanks. Hi, bye.
Oh yeah.
Hi, bye. I'm OEF5. I am Lady Brittany's IRL dad. I do have a Twitch channel that I don't have a schedule like Step or the rest of them. It gets hot, but I do IRL fishing streams out of my kayak. So if you're into that, OEF5 on Twitch, and that's it.
You're also on my channel playing Paleo with me.
Every once in a while, not all the time.
It's been pretty frequent.
So you guys, if you want a nice, relaxing stream, definitely check out the fishing streams. They're great.
They are good.
True.
Fragan, do you end or do I?
I mean, you can find me here or on Twitch or Twitter for the Fraggin' Wagon, x.com/the.
Yeah, it's X.
Oh yeah.
Get
Not on-
X'd.
Not on X video though. We're not into that yet, or OF.
Follow me
but,
on Threads.
Yeah. Just everywhere, really. now you can take it away if you want, Snooki.
I don't stream, but if you're interested in more D&D, I am on a stream on Wednesday nights where Fragan and I are given heart attacks.
This last one was good.
I got gray hair from last week. I think. It's fine. If you're interested in that extra D&D stuff, it is on Empoleon Dynamite's Twitch stream on Wednesday nights. Otherwise, you can find me here. And if you did watch it all, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
everybody.
Bye.
This was fun.
Bye.
Bye, chats.